What do you want to talk about?
Penis.
I don't know why I asked. It that seems to be most of what's on your mind as of late and for years now.
Yep.
Penis. I mean, what kind of penis though? Because there's varying degrees of like intensity to one. I mean that leads very easily, not even a minute into our, the first topic that could, welcome to the podcast, by the way. Unscripted Toast. I'm your host, Boshi Time, and this is my lovely guest, Totless. Lovely,
Hi.
air quotes.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So, what are you here to promote? Yeah, that's what
Said
all
your
the guests
mom.
do. They what anyway.
God fucking damn it. Not my drink is over there.
Oh
A real
no,
life
chat.
problem. First world problems.
Listen, we can just forget the other one. You clearly have the hardest job in the world, right? Being a streamer.
Oh my god.
Like you put your drink on the other side of your room, and now you have to get up and walk over to it and bring it over to you. You have such a
Yep.
hard life, Todd.
It's rough out
I'm
there.
it is. People don't think that streamers have it rough, but they do. And like legitimately though, the, I wouldn't. Okay, there are people out there that will say that streamers are one of the hardest jobs that it's more intensive than training for the Olympics, than Olympic athletes. That is something that somebody has once said unironically. I don't know if you know about that one, but
I
um
think I recall something like that.
yeah. Would you say as because I am a streamer, but like I have a job. Would you say that being a streamer is on the levels, even if not higher than being an Olympic athlete?
No,
No, why not?
not even close.
But like
Um,
it's so rough. You have to like wake up every day and you have to entertain your audience of thousands or hundreds or millions.
no, it's different. I don't think it's anywhere near close. Another thing still, just making sure things are going
Look at
right
that.
and whatnot.
Hey, look at that.
Look a lot.
On screen. Papega.
Yo, that looks sick. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's a little hard to see in this world because of the lighting, but
Ugh,
yeah, it's the logo for the podcast.
it's super fucking cool.
Concept by me, uh, realized by Lay, and animated by Ben, if I am correct in that process.
Hell yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, it looks good, right? It's our little faces and the toast and it's bouncing and
Yeah.
yeah. But back.
Um.
Oh, what did you want to say?
Yeah. I'll just say a thing here real quick because yeah, I'm late because of some IRL related stuff that I can't really talk about on stream, but there was an actual reason, and then actually setting up didn't take as long time. But yeah, that's the reason why today
There was
has been
still
very
some
late.
technical stuff,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Um.
there's legitimate reason.
Yeah. I really want to try and make these on time, and for Polish people, that should be around 10 p.m. That is when I like these podcasts in particular. I really, really want to start on time. Like that is very. I really want them to be consistent.
Did you say
Yeah,
Polish
I
people?
just wanted to throw that in. Well, yeah, the Polska baguette. He welcome also. He said he hated being Polish because my stream started 1 a.m. But they were supposed
Oh,
to start like 3 hours ago, so that's why.
okay, yeah. Yeah, I was like, why did you single out the Poles? I was very confused by that. Because without like seeing, without, like I didn't see chat there. You were just like, I'm hoping to start them by 10 p.m. for the Polish, and I'm like, Okay, you've got a very specific audience you're going after, I guess, but you know, there's a lot of I hear Polish people, a lot of them are femboys. I don't know why. It's like a stereotype.
Yeah. Um. Before we get too sidetracked, I wanted to talk because I
Yeah.
do
Okay.
have
Yeah.
legit, I mean, like a lot of thoughts
Yes.
on the whole
Yes.
like streaming as a job. Um. I think streaming as a job, generally speaking, is one of those jobs that most people they don't do it in the same sense as a job. So even though you might be working, like for me, for example, basically 24 hours a day, I'm, putting down time into this job. So in that kind of sense, it is definitely like, it takes a lot, especially to be like successful. It's a lifestyle thing. It's a lifestyle kind of job. It's not just a 9 to 5 kind of job. But to compare it like to physical labor, it's not as rough. Absolutely not. And there's also
Mm.
the sense of how much you put into it versus how much you get rewarded. So like it's not really a secret that if you become a very, very big, very successful content creator, you can make a lot of money. There's a lot of money into it.
Yeah.
Um, whether it's from sponsorships or from like your community donations or subscriptions or whatever. Um, there is a lot of money. So because of that, I think you have a bigger sense of like return. So even if you might be putting in your entire fucking life at the time into it, you get paid accordingly. So there's a lot of factors. There's not really an easy answer, but to like break it down very simple, no, it's definitely not like a hard job compared to like a 9 to 5, or especially to someone who's like competing in the Olympics or something like that. I think the only
Mm.
thing that streaming actually is bad in would be mental health. Content
Definitely.
creators suffer, and there's this whole meme that yeah, you need mental diseases to be a VTuber, and I don't want to say there's like some truth to it, but if you don't have mental health issues going into content creation, statistically speaking, it is a fair likelihood that you might gain some because it's socially, you're being social again almost 24/7, whether it is with your viewers, your fans, your community, other content creators. Your entire life is basically being this persona.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate, but I feel like having a mental illness, I don't know, a mental problem in this day and age, it's relatable. People relate to it. Like when people when the these big streamers have, you know, not shy what am I thinking of, like when it's tough to talk to people, like antisocial and I mean autism and ADHD and all these things. There are tags on Twitch for those things, for autism, for ADHD, for all of these things. That
Yeah.
You could say it's monetizable at a certain point where people make it part of their personality,
Yeah,
which isn't a good thing, I don't think, at the end of the day, but it is what it is. It just is relatable because so many people in this nowadays are fucked up.
yeah. No, I would agree on that.
You said something at the beginning that I was gonna uh I guess to play like devil's advocate here of it not being the hardest job. You could make arguments that it is still a tough job, just not in the traditional way that people think about tough jobs. Like you think of a tough job, you think
Yeah,
of like
like
a construction worker and stuff. But you could make the argument of like if you're somebody who has to be good at video game, like if your whole shtick is you have to be good at video game, you have to sink so much of your time into practicing and putting time into doing this and all that stuff. Or if you're a social person, you have to go out and do things or come up with topics to talk about, to be social, to have something to
yeah.
talk about. So you can't just show up on stream and not have anything. You have to know how to take life experiences and turn them into content. So it's tough in a different way.
I don't think it's necessarily tough still. Like I wouldn't put the word tough or hard on that. I get what you mean or what you're getting at, but I would think it's more a sense of it's very competitive because I think that is something that everyone can do. It's not necessarily difficult. It's about doing or picking out the right stories, picking the right topics, doing the right things. And I think that is, it is a very competitive business. And as a job, it is very competitive because whether you're streaming on Twitch, whether you're streaming on YouTube or whatever, every platform is a market. And
Mm.
you, as a streamer or content creator, you are the product. And if
Yeah.
you don't make a good product, consumers will go elsewhere to consume.
Well, that's another thing of I mean, it can happen of you're at your job and then suddenly, well, we're foreclosing this store. You lost your job. But with being a streamer, it, Twitch could roll out a new update for something and just completely fuck you over. And you have nothing you can do about that except change what might be the content that people are looking for. It's a fairly unique thing to streaming of stuff like that where this algorithm that you have no control over controls every aspect of your life.
Yeah,
It's hard. It's tough to do to figure out, and people still haven't figured it out really. But knowing as much as you can about that algorithm is another thing that can help you get by and figuring that out. It's like if you went into work, you work your 9 to 5 and your boss is just cryptic about everything. You're like, hey,
yeah,
fucking just speak normal to me. Just tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it. But nope. No, you got to figure it out. Oh, you said booby and a minute into your video. Sorry. You're not getting paid this month.
yeah. Um, I think that is part of the reason why it is so common for like creators and online creators to get like mental health issues basically because yeah, if you don't stay up to date with all these things, if you're not good at them, or if something gets in between, that is immediately going to, well, put your livelihood at risk, just like
Yeah.
that. Like let's say Twitch rolls out an update. Um, let's say they up and ban via chat as a perfect example here. one day, randomly, ViaChat gets banned. You can no longer stream it. It's the new Second Life. You're not allowed to stream it on Twitch. What do I do? That is immediately going to affect my entire livelihood, my entire thing.
Yeah.
Suddenly, just like that, I have nothing. I do have a YouTube channel, but it's not where I usually stream. Like, it will be a big dent.
Yeah, I mean, transitioning from Twitch to YouTube in and of itself is very risky. I don't think many people have done it successfully, and some of the ones that have still use Twitch for certain things. Like even Ludwig has the Mogul Moves channel for big events.
Yeah.
You can't just like switch from one platform to another and your audience will come with you because sadly it just doesn't work like that. They just don't.
Yeah. Owen is comparing it all to that's the same with other jobs, and he also said I can scroll up.
You just look at his logs.
Yeah, that's no different from having a boss though. What's the difference between losing your job as a content creator and normal job? And the thing is, in most cases, obviously there will obviously always be exceptions. But when it comes to real jobs, you will, generally speaking, always have someone telling you what the issue was. Even if you lose your job, you will be told what the issue is. If I get banned from Twitch, there's no guarantee that they will actually tell me what I got banned for.
Yeah. And another thing, in a real job, for the most part, I can go talk to my boss. I can be like, hey, walk into the boss's office. Hey, can I get 10 minutes of your time? Or can I schedule a meeting at some point and just ask about my workflow, how things have been for me, stuff like that. You can't do that with streaming. You can't just talk to the algorithm. You can't talk to what's his face, the greasy hair, the not greasy. He's got the white hair and the Dave Twitch or whatever. I don't remember his name. But you can't just like talk to him.
DJ Clancy or
Yeah, Dan Clancy. DJ Clancy. What did you? DJ Clancy.
He's a
Dan
DJ.
Clancy. He's a DJ.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
But yeah, you can't just talk to your boss as a streamer because one, your boss is nothing, but at the same time, your boss is your audience because they tell you like what they want from you. But it's all fucking weird. They just tell you it's not
Yeah.
working. You will be fired. Not required to give you any reason. Exactly. It's it's all fucking weird being a streamer. Like again, it's not the toughest job in the world, but it has its struggles relative to what it is.
Yeah.
Not the toughest job in the world though. Not
No, God
compared
no.
to Olympic athletes.
It's a
Like some
competitive
people.
job more than anything, in my opinion, but I would never call it a difficult job. And I also think it's very unfair to compare it to a normal job because they are so vastly different. There are different, again, different laws, different guidelines. In most cases, again, with a normal job, you have some kind of person overseeing it. You'll never be in a case where you're just thrown into the wind and you gotta figure things out on your own. Sure, you might get a new position and you need to learn something new, but it's never gonna be like completely going in dark unless you lie on your resume.
I mean, that's becoming more and more easy with AI, where people can just get through school and do all these tests with AI and then not actually be knowledgeable in the fields that they're going into. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But, oh, hiccup.
Yeah. what Sakura said also, I think, is also a very good point. Not only because you don't have anyone to directly give you feedback, you do have your audience that can. Usually, they don't give you, to put it bluntly, the audience will never give you the best feedback. Quite the opposite. You will hear the feedback from yes men. Generally speaking, the most of the feedback you get will be from yes men. So you can actually never listen to the loud people. It's way more in depth, and it's very complicated to figure things out. And that is why a lot of websites offer analytic tools and stuff like that.
You should
Like,
never use your chat as like, because they're always going to be biased towards you because they are your chat. If you say, "Oh, I'm going to do this
yeah,
thing," unless it's something that is like so over the line that like even they can't get behind it, they are going to just be like, "Oh no, you're doing great, honey. You're doing great, sweetie. Yeah, we believe in like yeah, you shouldn't use them as like a therapist. They're there to support you and they'll tell you what they want, but at the end of the day, going to them for advice for everything isn't the play."
yeah. I was also gonna say that because you have this so much freedom and you don't have any real like um timestamps. There's no time where you gotta clock in, clock out, unless you wanna, keep a consistent
Yeah.
schedule. Cough, cough. Um, it's the
Ah.
same as studying from home. As someone who did try it well, and this was before I had my ADHD meds, it's fucking difficult. It is really, really fucking difficult. I actually feel sorry and feel bad, like, for all the kids who were forced to study from home because it cannot have been productive.
I, I don't know. There's probably a better way to phrase it because this is all, this it's going to sound bad or sound like a, I don't know if it'll be radical. Like being governed to a certain extent is good because if everything is left to your own vices, then you may not make the best decisions every time. Having somebody there to like keep you in check is good. And that's what, schools and education and that. Like when you're homeschooling, I don't know how the fuck the kids made it through Zoom in COVID times because that was insane. Like I would have never
Yeah,
been able to make it through school like that. That was, oh, you need that
yeah.
person there.
But yeah, I think it overlaps a lot. Especially with, you know,
Yeah,
kind of like you
definitely.
said, unless you really, really overstep or do something that everyone really dislikes. So, like, for example,
If you were sponsored by a
um,
certain, mobile game that nobody wanted you to be sponsored by, you know.
yeah, they might speak up on things like that, but in most cases, they will not really say if, you know, in a lot of, I'm trying to think of how to word this. In a lot of cases, I think they will say, like, let's say, would you guys watch me play this game? Most people would probably say, like, yeah, I think that could be fun, that'd be cool. And when the day finally comes, sure, they might, stop by for a little bit, check out, see what the game is. But as soon as it's not entertaining, they're not gonna tell you. Most most people, most viewers will not tell you, yeah, no, this wasn't fun. They will just quietly leave.
Yeah.
They will go consume other content.
A perfect example, what we're doing right now. Like we mentioned wanting to do like a podcast. And chat
Yeah,
was like, "Yeah, this would be great." But there's a chance that come 4 or 5 episodes from now, people don't want it anymore. And they're not going to say anything. You know,
Yep.
everybody was cheering, yeah, we want this, we'll support you. But for all we know, this won't last. But we won't know until it happens. And that's the unknownness. That's the uncharted territory of being a streamer, of these
Yeah.
decisions and having to do things for yourself.
Always got unless you're like one of those streamers who are purely in it for the money and just doing whatever is the current meta. And I've said it before, like that is a valid strategy. If there are streamers who want to do it purely for the money, go ahead. As long as, in my moral view, as long as they're being upfront about it and not trying to beat around, like, hide it or be shady about it, go for it. Because you
I,
can set yourself up for life pretty quickly.
I've watched a streamer and I fully believe his beliefs and I'm this way as well. Um, if you ever get the opportunity to get that bag, like if as a streamer you get nice foot, you get that like an opportunity. You get like a sponsorship for like 100 fucking grand. Get that bag. Be upfront about it. Like, hey, I know you might not, like this product that I'm selling, but understand that this is a great opportunity for me and I can do things with this money that can make the stream better and the quality of everything better. So just, hey, get through this with me and we'll make it through. Be upfront. Say like, hey, yeah, I'm getting this bag, but I'm getting this bag for the betterment of everything.
Yeah.
That's the way that I look at it, at least. Uh,
Yeah, no, telling the streamer like this content isn't fun. That's not really something like I'm not saying you should do it because yeah, it can be very rude and very disrespectful to say something like that. But it's one of those like two-sided things because you can't exactly tell it, you can't exactly ask for it. There's like
I
the
I
only
feel like
proper way to really know is through analytics, I think.
I feel like also Discord or if you have a subreddit, I feel like those are good places where people can just talk about like having like a server or not a server, but like a channel in a Discord that's just like stream chat or like stream topics or I don't know what exactly it would be, but just where people can talk about the stream and be like, I like this aspect of it, but maybe I didn't like this aspect of it. Where you can get like fair and honest feedback in like the most neutral way possible. Where it's not like people going in and be like, I fucking hated when she played Baldur's Gate, but no, it's like I prefer the VR chat content to the Baldur's Gate content or whatever it may be. Having a place where people can give feedback, I think, is great. Not even necessarily like a suggestions channel, but just like I guess a feedback channel. I don't know if that'd be a good thing or not, but having a a forum where people can put that out there could be worth it in the long run. I don't know though.
Yeah.
That's just something that I'm thinking. That's a brain.
I think I would definitely say it depends highly on, you know, how much you're able to, I guess, take, like mentally. Because at the same time,
Yeah.
it's never fun doing like 10 things and being told 10 times, like, yeah, we didn't like this. Because then you're just gonna feel like, you know, you're failing. I also,
Mm.
again, um,
Oh,
was reading what Owen said,
I
and
was
I
gonna mention
figured
that
I
as well.
was gonna add that in here as well because I do think it kind of goes in the same thing, and it's needs to go up. Following free market theory, should you get info on the algo? If people stop watching you, isn't that just them making a choice too? Should a content creator be entitled to know what to do? No, they should not be entitled to know what to do. I complain a lot about the YouTube algorithm. Personally, I wish to some extent there wasn't an algorithm, but I should not be given special permissions to see the algorithm. I shouldn't be told or no, I shouldn't. I'm not entitled to knowing the behind the scenes. I think that's very unfair, and that's also what differentiates like the top creators and, well, the rest of us, me included. Understanding that, because it is very social, understanding that is big part of being a good content creator.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Gamer subs. I was drinking it too quick. I got some bubbles in me. Um, yeah. I mean, I was gonna say that like you shouldn't be entitled to knowing it. But I feel like there should be like a baseline that like everybody knows, like a certain amount of like, because some people just get fucked over and they never learn why. Not because, lack of trying, but just the algorithm changes and morphs and it's just not nice to people. But also
Yep.
in the sense of the algorithm, with the feedback thing I was saying, I don't think that uh, uh like that should be the audience being like, this is what's good for the algorithm. I think it's just be audience what they want, not necessarily like what
Yeah.
the algorithm wants. Just knowing what your audience wants and what you can do to help that. Sure, you should focus on the algorithm as well to grow your channel, but still keep that audience that you have now and, make them happy. Keep them there, keep them invested. It's just, I feel like an important thing to do as a streamer is to know your
Yeah.
audience and know what your audience wants and what they don't want.
Absolutely. No, I 100% agree on that as well. Um, Understanding your audience and understanding what type of audience you want to target, because maybe one day you suddenly feel like, you know what, I want to be a different type of content creator. Understanding how to target this new audience for the type of content creator you want to be, that is another big part.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like if you want to, God, transitioning.
Boshi needs to create a hold on. Boshi needs to create a YouTube channel.
Yeah, yeah, I should create a YouTube channel. If only I had a YouTube channel. That'd be that'd be that'd be that'd be crazy, right? Granted, there's very little content there. It's just mostly covers and stuff. I have a VOD channel. Yeah, I should make song covers. That'd be funny. That'd be cool to do, right?
Yeah.
I need to find time to record. There's so much shit that I want to sing. Anyway, algorithm. Yeah, what were we talking about?
Um yeah, finding your new audience. And
Yeah, transitioning. If you ever like transitioning your content from one thing to another, God, that's a tough thing.
yeah. I was actually gonna compare it a bit with um starting out. Like, one of the best advices that I can think of. I speak a lot about that. This as if I'm don't take my advice. I'm not that
Take
good of
her
a content
advice.
creator, but um one thing I do know for sure is that don't start out as a variety creator. You need to have your core audience. You need to start somewhere specific. You need to build an audience.
Okay,
And
yeah.
building an audience doing variety is extremely difficult. It's not impossible, but it's like you're taking the most difficult. You're trying to beat Margit in Elden Ring naked. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. See, I have an interesting. I don't know if it's an interesting take, but I feel like in the very beginning, it's trying different things isn't a bad thing. Finding something, like trying out this and then trying out this and then trying out this, seeing which of those had the most success isn't necessarily a bad thing, depending on how you go about it. Like, as long as it's
Yeah,
things that you enjoy, you just do like, okay, I'll try this game for a bit. I'll try, this game. I'll try this game. Okay, I see that this one had the most success with my audience. Go down that route. So it's trying things, finding out which one you do, and then sticking with that to build your audience. Then when you have that large enough audience, you can spread your wings again. And then hopefully, if it's a good audience, they'll stick with you for you as opposed to you for the game. But that's
yeah,
very heavily based on personality, I will say. Like you got to
and
have that personality for it.
yeah, as is the case also with content creation. It's but there's no golden path. There's no like, ultimate rule like follow these steps and you will succeed. There is nothing like that. Everyone's path as a content creator is going to be different. Everyone will face different issues. Like,
Unless you buy my
it's
book,
just like
10
real
Steps
life.
to Becoming the Best Streamer in the World. Buy it now. Guaranteed success. Anyway. What were you saying? Sorry.
I'm completely lost.
I threw a wrench in
In one
everything
ear and out the other. That's fine.
for a fucking joke. Yeah, there's no steps to success. There's no like golden path. There's no
Yeah.
nothing. It's just there is at least 25 to 50% of it is luck. Like it's just
Yes. That is actually
so
not
much
even
luck.
50%. Like, luck absolutely plays a part. And that is how you, like, you gotta play your bets. You gotta place your bets. Like, what I mean
All
when I
in.
say that is that, probably not do that, but
Don't do that.
when opportunities show up, you need to know which ones you can take, which ones you should take. And that is a gamble. It won't always work out, but sometimes it will.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't take every opportunity that knocks at your door. You have to know which one is the right one to take. Because some of them might lead you down a path of gold, but some of them might lead you down a path of mud, where you're only going
Yeah.
to get in a worse situation. So, and that's part of the luck. That's part of the guessing game.
The Sinful asked me, should I buy the book now? Like the voices said, going down the golden path. Ah, sounds like you're caught up in the allure of destiny.
That's my AI.
If the voices are telling you
Why
to buy
is
the
it
book,
reading so slow?
maybe it's worth a shot.
I don't know. My voice,
Besides, what's the
my
worst that can
AI just
happen?
talks slowly and quietly. I've noticed.
You end up
Besides,
core
what's the
a-
worst that could happen?
cool book.
You end
your
up with a
collection.
cool book in your collection.
Just make sure you're not tuning
Just
into
make sure you're not tuning
chaotic
into
noise too much.
the chaotic noise too much,
Or you might
end up
microwaving your socks.
microwaving your socks next.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Sometimes gold can be found in mud, though. Yeah, no, I absolutely.
Exactly. It
Eh,
may look like a muddy path.
That's the thing. Yeah,
Just never know.
you never know. There's no easy, again, there's no one path that will always work. It's gonna be ups and downs, and there's gonna be multiple ups and downs.
You look at like
Trying to.
any big content creator, and there's a certain amount of luck for any whether it be fucking Ninja or Mr. Beast or anyone.
Yeah.
There's a lot of luck at play and a lot of things happening at the right times, at the right moments, and taking advantage of those moments, seizing that moment, knowing when to seize
Yep.
that moment.
Perfect example. COVID for me. That was my
Yeah.
gamble. And it worked out. It was just pure luck, timing.
Yeah, and Puck the Imp, like getting a raid. But here's the thing: it's not just getting like a lucky big raid. It is taking advantage of that raid and knowing what to do, what to say, how to act to keep at least a portion of that audience that came in to stay with you. Because you
Yeah.
can get that raid and then they're all just gone the next day, as happens quite often. But if you can take advantage of that moment, that audience that is suddenly there, and you can turn them into fans, that's a wall. Then you have, you that's what you do. What are you doing? Why are you pointing the camera at the wall?
God fucking damn it.
What?
Reese, are you fucking kidding me?
How did you do that?
Because of VRChat's new update.
So many people have been
I have
talking
to
about the updated
because of
breaking
VRChat's new
shit.
update and the finger things. You have to disable blocking input on OVR to keep finger tracking when
Yeah? Is that not what
when
we
you have
talked
your
about in that when I was drunk that night? Like I remember that. And I was drunk. Like we talked about, like Chromia told me how to do that, and now I can do that, and now my fingers interact while I'm still over
yeah
my overlays. Like how did you?
yeah
How,
that's what I have. But the thing is, if you click the window and you have the camera behind, you click the camera.
why do you have the camera
That's
over?
why
You
I
just
always had.
you do the pin, and then you
That's why
put
I
the
had
camera like
fucking.
this.
Yeah.
This doesn't understand VR chat, despite playing it for what 6 years? How many years now? How long have you been playing this game?
Since December 2017.
2017.
Been playing properly since summer 2018.
So 6, 7 years almost. At what point does that become an addiction?
Dude, I've asked this question so many times.
Like
Because
at what
people, I
point?
play one game, I have fun. People say addicted. Then I look at people in VR chat who live, read, sleep, do their entire life in VR chat, and it's like, no, they're not addicted. Why am I addicted?
That's the thing, though, is that people don't see VR chat as a game, and to an extent, I understand it's a social platform. There are games in it, and it's on Steam, but VR chat it's a social platform. It's like Facebook. It's like Twitter. And yeah, you can be addicted to, doom scrolling on Twitter, but would you, tell me, would you ever say that somebody's addicted to Discord? It feels weird to think
Yes,
about. Really?
yes. I think that's the thing. Anything that
Name
makes
them.
your brain release dopamine could be addictive because that
Name
is what
them.
it is. Huh?
Uh, well, call them out. Who would you say is addicted to Discord?
I don't know. Who are you
Exactly.
referring to?
What? What'd you say?
No, I'm just saying in general. Like
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
then like,
talking about anyone in particular. I'm just saying in general. Like yeah, I could see someone being addicted to Discord in the same way that someone can be addicted to VHS. I think the difference is mainly that this is so much more visual.
it's exactly. Like the way that I look at VR chat is like it's like a Discord, but in virtual reality, where like I can go from server to server, hopping worlds, seeing different people, hanging out with them. It's just I have a visual entity, I have a voice. It's just uh, yeah, it's just more visual than being on Discord sitting behind a screen and a microphone. I I don't
Yeah,
also I just want to say that like there are people that don't like it and the take that I have about it, but I prefer VR chat to like a Discord VC for the simple fact that like when you're in a VC and you're with say 6 or 7 other people, you can't have a side conversation unless it's in text. Like if
yeah,
two people want to talk about two different things, you can't do that. Whereas in VR, if I want to talk with you, I can be like, "Hey, let's go over here and talk about stuff." And then these people over here can talk about their stuff, and it makes it so much easier. Like Discord VCs aren't great for a lot of people. For once you get more than like 5 or 6 people, it just becomes people talking over each other.
no, I'll definitely agree on that. I think a big reason also, maybe it's a stretch to say that you could be addicted to Discord. I think I personally I could see it happen, but it's definitely not as common or normal, or maybe not normal. Just it's not as common. Um, but being addicted to VHS is like, yeah, definitely a thing. And
Yeah. But again, like at what point do you say that something is an addiction? Because like the word addiction is so fluid and loose that there's no real like answer. You can say like, oh, at 1,000 hours or whatever. But you know, if I saw someone on VR chat for 3 days straight, 4 days straight, 5 days straight, that's not 1,000 hours. But like I would say they're addicted, you know? 1,000 and
yeah,
Juice over here at fucking like
that's
18,000 or whatever. I don't know.
how you Yakuma. Um, I don't think there's. I don't think you can really put that into like a specific number. I think it's more a case of um, you become addicted when it becomes a problem. I think when it gets in the way of other things. And the same could be said for literally anything. Like when something becomes an issue and you, at the same time, you can't stop it, then it's an issue. Then you're addicted.
Yeah.
That's when you
Addiction's a
can't
crazy
cope
thing.
without it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Um. Yeah, you can be addicted
Um,
to anything. I do
you can
definitely
be
think.
addicted to a certain kind of
I,
sadness. What?
um. I do think to some degree that it has to have some kind of um effect on your brain in the sense of
It changes how you
you have to
think.
gain something out of it. Yeah, you have to gain something. It has to cause the brain to give chemical happy
Gives you the
give the
happy
good feeling, I
dopamine.
guess. Yeah,
Um, but that's but then you get the people that are still very depressed who use the game as like a coping mechanism. They're not
that
getting
was me.
dopamine out of it, but they're still getting it. They're still playing it, you know.
Yeah,
You've
I think
killed off
that
the
at that point
dopamine
it might
receptors.
be,
Yeah.
I don't know. When you're at that point, I think there's like more to it than just like the game can still be there holding you together, or like keeping you from you know going over the edge, so to speak. Um, but yeah, it like it's never gonna be the solution. usually stuff like that. I don't think I have to say this, but I'm not a psychologist. You should not be taking my advice on mental health for like, I'm not a therapist, so make
We're gonna
from
be
this what you want.
your therapist for today, chat. How does that make you
No,
feel?
but usually I feel like, at least in my experience, stuff like that when you're depressed usually comes from something else, being like, dealing with stuff, having issues, or, other stuff besides it. And most of the time, unless it's like somehow related, the coping mechanism is never gonna be a solution. That's exactly what it is. It's a coping mechanism, and I'm definitely like, maybe I'm biased in this
Mhm.
because I was severely depressed. I was very close to the edge, and this game, which was also my coping mechanism, well, like, I guess the difference is that the game never actually solved it. It was something that I could use the game for that solved it. So, yeah, I don't know.
That's the thing, is that like the game also, like when you say you're addicted to VR chat, are you addicted to, like, you're not addicted to the game, you're usually addicted to the people that are in it? Is that the right way to say it?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
it's
no, I think it could be many things. Whether it's
yeah,
like the
because you're
people inside it.
yeah. Well, I don't know. There's some people that spend a lot of time in Terrors of Nowhere. I don't know. You might be able to call that an addiction.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, you can be addicted to the game or platform in multiple ways. You can be addicted to um being able to be whoever you want to be. Use any avatar and relate to yourself. Body dysmorphia is a very real issue. Um,
Mhm.
you can be addicted to the social aspect of it. You can be addicted to mini games in it, literally. You can be addicted to creating worlds. Anything in the game. You can be addicted to specific parts of the game.
Yeah, it's all.
I think you're from. No, I'm specific. Oh, okay. You're being very. You're trying to play devil's advocate on everything at the moment. When I say like the word addiction, I mean specifically things that become an issue, not just something you enjoy doing. It's specifically when you enjoy doing it, you need to do it. If you don't do it, you get upset, angry, sad, annoyed, whatever. You get a reaction, and it also interferes with your daily life.
That's another
That's
good way.
specifically, yeah, that's specifically what I think when I say the word addiction.
Yeah, when it, I think at least for me, addiction is when, yes, it starts affecting other parts of your life, whether that be physical, mental, social, emotional. When it starts affecting stuff like that, then it becomes an issue. And some people just don't do anything about it. They just continue to coast on by with that. But some people, try to help, try to tell them, like, hey, you have issue here, but
Yeah,
they don't want to see the light.
yeah, yes. Sorry if I jumped on you and it was just I wasn't clear enough on the what I meant, I guess. Also, you can also respond to chat if you want.
Yeah, I look over here and I see if there's anything. Yeah.
It's like,
Uh,
we're still figuring things out, so like nothing is set in stone.
Listen, it's
And
episode 1 of the podcast. Technically,
yeah,
we had point 0.5
we
a
can be
couple weeks ago. We're figuring it out. It's unscripted. It's toast. Whatever that means.
whatever that means.
Just pick the name. It was just what it was.
Yeah, I'm not a psychologist. I can't really like specify or define what an addiction is. I'm
Y-
purely speaking from experience, I guess, from how I've seen friends being addicted, how I've been addicted, whether it's to caffeine, games, or
Seek professional help. See a
Yes,
therapist. Go to someone who's a
yes.
professional. That's important because not enough
Honestly,
people do that.
even better so. I'll actually even go out on a limb and say that um actually, if you have anything else, shoot your fully in. Like, I wanna if I
I
can
mean,
cook my
addiction
thoughts
be
up,
your
I
cat.
guess.
Yeah, I don't think so. Or do you need me to vamp for a bit while you get all your brain together?
No,
Be
I'm trying
honest.
to think like, yeah, I again, I don't want to like. I'm not trying to talk down on anyone. It's more of like,
Do it.
um,
Belittle them. Don't be afraid. This is a
this is
podcast. You
also
got to be
heavily
controversial.
based on like personal experience and what worked for me. Yeah, obviously, different things can work for different people, but um, it's always nice and always good to have friends you can talk to. It definitely is, and
Yeah.
in difficult situations, that can be the difference between literally life or death. To really get into the deep side, but most of the time they will not be the solution. And you were saying like seek professional help. That's basically what I mean at that. Like, if you're
Is
in America, sadly I can understand why people might want to avoid it because of costs, bluntly
yeah,
put. And I'm not trying to shit talk America, it's just I understand it because nobody wants to be in debt for
American healthcare.
life.
Yeah.
But seek professional help. Like it is extremely important, and
The
it's very very helpful. Even just being
in
able to talk to your parents. Sorry.
yeah. Uh, I was gonna say that like the friends that you talk to are like the first step to the next step, which is like actual help. Like talking to your
Yeah.
friends is like a good way to like stabilize you for jumping into actual help. They're the ones that will help you and help you get through to that next step. So it's good to talk to your friends, but like you said, they're not. Rarely will they be the answer.
Yeah. And again, everyone's solution, like everyone has different, experiences, different histories and whatnot. So just again, there's just like with streaming, there's no one way solution, and I'm not here to tell you what works and what doesn't work because again, I'm not a therapist. I'm just
Yeah.
uh,
Cat
yeah,
girl on the internet.
cat girl on the internet. I do find that interesting though.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird
You know what?
being.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'll so another
Oh,
limb, and now I'll actually be controversial. Okay,
oh,
if
let's
you want
go.
to get healthy, you need to take initiative as well. If you don't want to get healthy, most likely you won't get healthy, and maybe this will hurt someone's feeling. Maybe someone will think I'm being very um harsh or on just what's it called when you're like unreasonable. Um, but no, I do think that inconsiderate. Yeah, I think that's the right part.
Rude.
If you want to be like get better, you also need to want to get better. If you don't want to accept help, then at that point, professional help might might not help either. Like you need to want
That.
help to be able to get help.
Yeah. That. I don't think that's controversial. That's legitimate. Just Yeah, if you don't want the help, if you don't want to get better, then nobody can help you get better. Nothing will help you get better.
Yeah.
You have to want that help, which unfortunately some people don't want that help, and then they're just gonna keep ruining their life. But you have to take that initiative, take that first step.
Um.
I'm. You want to take what? I assume we're both looking at Chris's message.
Yeah. I've been
I
responding to
mean,
that. You can if you want.
the like knowing what to say or how to say you need help is literally just talking. It's literally just getting that person, whether it be your parents, whether it be a therapist, somebody professional, not just like talking to a friend, like we said, is good. But if you want to get that help, talking to a guardian, talking to a therapist, somebody, a doctor, and just talking, just saying what is happening, just describing, even if it sounds crazy, even if it's very weird, they've heard all the crazy shit before. They're a therapist, this is their job. Doctors, they've seen, statues up buttholes before. Nothing that you say is going to shock them. You just have to talk
Yeah.
and describe what's happening. Just say your situation.
And not even
Just say
that.
how you feel.
I would even argue that you don't even have to like know how to describe it. Like, if you just explain that you're not doing well, you're doing like, you can just say you're doing really, really fucking bad. If you're on the edge, you can straight up say, I'm doing so bad. Things might go the wrong way if I don't get help. I don't know how to describe it, but I need help.
Yes. Then they
Because
will.
a therapist, especially, they will be able to help you
Yes.
explain.
They will ask you the questions that they need to know to help you. Because it's their job. It's what they were, it's what they learned how to do. Is to get those answers out of you. As long as you go up to them and say, "Hey, I need help. It's bad." They will help you. Getting that help, especially here in America, there's gonna be hoops to jump through, which fucking suck. It's gonna be expensive or whatever, but if your life is getting to that point, then I would say that it's worth it to help you get through, because otherwise it's just gonna end in a very, very bad, no good way.
Yeah. What CS just said, I totally agree with that. When you get asked the right questions, it will just come out naturally.
Yeah, the floodgates will open, and you'll be like,
Yeah, between stars, as what if you can't afford a therapist, which also goes back to, in most countries, professional help isn't free. Very understandable. And what if you can't go to your parents either? And in a case like that, this is gonna sound kind of stupid, but what you could do is literally go to your local library, sit down there, maybe talk with the people there. I'm trying to think, like, most people want to help. And while they might not be therapists, they might know someone where you can turn to. They might have someone, they might have some contacts. Yeah, there's all the free resources in some way. I can understand that it could be way more difficult if that is the case, because yeah, again, nobody wants to get in debt. No, we can say we have a professional in chat.
yeah, we've got Xander as a psychology student. So.
Yeah. But yeah, like, in most cases, people want to help. So, and I think the library is a good like location because it's very, I don't want to say sophisticated, but the people who generally go there, they are, I would say they are usually a bit more open-minded. They are usually a bit more understanding, because that is one of those jobs that there's obviously going to be exception. Most of the time, people who work at libraries, in my experience, they work there because that is something they like. Like, it's I don't know. It's difficult to put into words, I think, but
I've
the library is definitely like the #1 place.
maybe in Sweden, I don't know. I'll say from my perspective, that seems crazy, but hey, if it works, it works. I'm not going to question you on that. People did bring up that there are many online resources as well. I'll say one place, I have heard nothing good about BetterHelp. Not to go off on like a tangent, but
Yeah, no.
every time that I've heard people talk about like the sponsorship BetterHelp, it's never been good.
Yeah.
I would not recommend them. I'm sure there are better websites, better places that you can do your research for online things like this. I'm just saying, not that one. Don't go to that one. That one is, I've not heard nice things. Any more info? Uh, I mean, if you're talking about like BetterHelp being bad, just look up. Like I've seen numerous videos on YouTube that are just, bad sponsorships, like everything wrong with BetterHelp, stuff like that. You can look that up
Yeah,
on
there was a
YouTube.
whole big,
Yeah,
massive
there was
drama about it.
drama about people being sponsored by it. It's fairly easy to research on YouTube. Of literally just looking up like BetterHelp, scam, bad, whatever, controversy, and you'll be able to find stuff like that. I'm sure also in those videos, a lot of them will link to better resources because they try to do their job as
Yeah.
thing. So videos like that, I would suggest.
One thing
Uh,
I definitely think is like very important when it comes to like specific things like these are that you want to talk with someone in person. You don't want to quite literally hide behind a monitor, because it invites disingenuity.
yeah.
What's it called?
Yeah. Behind a monitor isn't always great, but if in a situation like that where you can't talk to your parents, you can't talk to a professional, that kind of as like a last resort is what it is, the way that I look at it. It's not the
Yeah.
first thing you go to, but it is a place. It is an option.
There's how to be an easy answer to it, and everyone's situation will be different.
Yeah.
A lot of countries are different when it comes to it, so
Not even just countries, but people. Some people take to, talking to parents differently than talking to like some people need specific things. They learn a specific way. They get their emotions out in a specific way. And you just got to figure out what works for you. It's trial and error.
yeah.
It's rough, but I mean, most things in life are rough, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, I just thought it was a interesting topic, but
Yeah, I mean, it is. It is a very interesting topic. People are very opinionated and very interested in it. It seems.
yeah.
So mental health is a big thing online,
Yeah.
especially as of late.
Our
Yeah.
generation
Hmm.
especially
What is it? Well,
definitely like,
is it our generation or are these things that have been around but just not as well documented? Because you look back to
that could
like the
be.
50s and stuff, and something like autism was barely understood at the time. But
Yeah,
nowadays we
speaking
have like
of,
a much better grasp
the
on it.
first
Yeah.
person to the first person ever like in history to be diagnosed with autism, like officially, he actually died, I think, in the past like 24 hours, something like that. That
The
was like the
past 20,
first
that's a
actual diagnose. people have always had it before or prior, but that was like
I
something
have
like
like
that.
a
I don't know how true it is, but I did read
you have
about it.
like a newsletter for autism or something. Like I didn't hear anything about that.
No, I was just scrolling Reddit and it popped up. I didn't look into it, so
Redditor.
maybe it's a hoax, maybe it's fake news, maybe it's just like sensationalism. I don't know. I
But
read the
you know,
title, so
I believe it, and I mean, that's a great way that misinformation can be spread. But I believe it. Yeah, it's a relatively new thing, but yet you look back on history, and there's definitely like rulers and people back in the fucking 1800s, 1700s, 1300s who, looking back on it, they probably had mental illnesses similar to autism. It just wasn't
yeah.
diagnosed. It wasn't known as a thing. So are these mental health things a new development in the world, or have they always been around and it's just more documented now that the internet is around?
Yeah, no, I think you're definitely more right. Um, I guess our generation is like more open about talking about it. Maybe that's a better way of putting it.
We're definitely more like the new younger generation is much more open about a lot of stuff, including, talking about mental health and stuff like that, where it's just like, hey, these are issues that we have and we're not going to hide it. But also letting it define who you are isn't the best thing. Going back to the beginning, remember? The streamers and autism defining who you are, and you see, it went full circle.
Yeah.
Took some paths, but we made it.
Also, I've had this open now for a while, but
Mm-hmm.
since we're kind of coming back to it, I had Karitas comment open. How
Okay.
both of you would describe how you create your community, what style we're using, and personally, at least, for me, it's always been a case of I wanted to have or make the type of community that I would want to be a part of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had the comment open for a while. I've tried to strive towards making a community, making a Discord server as well that I would want to be a part of, that has the channels, that has the things, I guess, that I would be looking for personally.
Mm-hmm. The
I would say that's like a good summary to it.
yeah. I wouldn't say that I have a community. I mean, that's just me. I don't stream enough. I don't interact with the community enough. I'm just a part of y'all's. But in terms of at least the streams that I do, they are the kind of streams that I would want to watch. Like I make the content that I would enjoy watching as well. Because I think that that's the best way to go about it, of like making content that you enjoy, that you would enjoy watching, seeing how people would like that. That's the way at least I go about it. Of I yap, and I like watching people that yap because I find it interesting. So that's what I do, and that's, I think, the best way to go about it, because it also, if you enjoy what you're doing, if you enjoy the stream that you do, then other people probably will as well. Oh,
There we
thanks
go.
for the shout out.
Yeah, so just figured.
Uh, but yeah, it's just do what you do as long as you enjoy it, because then other people will enjoy it as well. Because they
Yeah,
will feel that energy. They will feel that you are into it. Because if you're just, pushing out content, if you're just fucking splooging your shitty load everywhere, nobody's gonna want that. They're gonna see right through it. You gotta be genuine.
oh, okay. Now I get what you meant. It
What?
was in response to where I said when you start streaming, you must focus on one style. Sometimes you start community.
Oh.
Basically, what I meant with that is like, Twitch is a very top-heavy platform. The biggest viewers, you get pushed up, and when people click on a category, most of the time they look at the top channels and they scroll down. Like statistically, most people will click on one of the top like channels higher up. It's also a matter of like, you see a channel, you look at the number of viewers, you look at chat, how active it is, and that is usually an indication of how good content is, basically. And if you are consistent in one category, you might be more recognizable. People might start recognizing you. Say you stream, let's say beer chef as an example. People, you stream consistently at a very specific time. People who check the category around that time, they might start recognizing you, and that's kind of what I meant, basically. That if you keep changing like category, and like Bush said as well, it's important to finding your niche. You gotta try different things to find what you want to do. But it's definitely like, my brain does not work today. Jesus.
Yeah, I can tell. You're struggling to yap. What happened? You've been are you like out of yap?
No, it's been a day. So your niche was via chat. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean that's like, if we're being realistic here, yeah, if when I play VR chat, I get, on a good day, I get upwards of like 60, 70, 80 viewers, which, is a good amount. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm glad I get any viewers at all. But if I do a desktop game, like if I do Elden Ring or if I do Pokemon or whatever, those numbers are down in like 20 at most because people know me for the VR chat. I haven't established enough of that community that a fair amount of them stay. And believe me, I appreciate the people that stay there for, the non VR chat, because that's the core audience. Those are the people that watch you for you. But if you're trying to grow, if you're trying to get partner, it's just strategically not the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
It's sad, but
And
that's what
that's
it is.
just part of it. Like, you have to play the game to make it in the game. Like, you have to use some level of strategy. You gotta, whether it's like looking up what hours are the most viable. Like, there is some statistics such as like the average number of viewers per category in specific hours on that you can look up to make sure that you can stream these hours because there's less active channels, so you get pushed up naturally. But there's still enough activity to where you can attract viewers as well. There's plenty of things like that.
Yeah, that's really
And
that's like doing your research. If you're like
yeah,
looking at the
basically.
hours and stuff. But I mean, if you want to grow big, that's something you can try to do. Hopefully it'll work. Maybe it will. We don't know. Again, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah. I literally will watch anything.
Yeah. That's what makes VB a good chatter, is he will watch anything. He's one of the good ones, but unfortunately the majority of people, if it's not the one content that they want, they just won't watch. There's not much you can do
Yeah.
about that, except, sticking with that content.
Okay, I really gotta go get my gamers of this one now, so I will move off screen for a little bit.
Oh, hello, chat. It's just me now because Todd has misplaced her gamer subs. It's good though. There's a green thing here now. Actually, you know what? Now would be the perfect time there's something I want to do while Talk gets her gamer juice. So there's a little website that I've seen called what was it? AppleRankings.com. Now, this website ranks apples from the worst kind of apple to the very best kind of apple. But here the little twist on it is that every apple has its own unique description. Okay? And every podcast, I would like to read to you one of these apples. And you're gonna be like, well, he's just reading apple descriptions. What? That doesn't seem interesting. Stay with me. Okay? I'm going to read to you the worst apple on this list. It is called the Newtown Pippin apple. Stay with me. The subtext for this apple: Long Island's sand-filled condom. Let me read this to you. This description, and if Ben, if you can grab the image for this apple and put it on screen, it's at the very bottom, so that the people can look at this apple and see exactly why people hate it so much. Let me see. Is it up yet? No, there it is. This sand-filled condom from Long Island was choked down in the 1750s by the likes of Thomas Jefferson at Monticello, George Washington at Mount Vernon, and Benjamin Franklin, as he declared it his favorite apple. Perhaps the Newtown Pippin was once a great apple whose quality has degraded over the centuries like the crumbling democracy the founding fathers established. Or perhaps, after decades of eating pigeon pie and squirrel meat, these wooden-toothed slave owners' taste buds are not to be trusted. Either way, in today's world, aside from being excellent for apple cider production, the Newtown Pippin is a tasteless hunk of malformed donkey shit that should have been abolished during the reign of King George III. Bonus points, +1 for cider. That is the Newtown Pippin apple, ranked the worst apple by Apple Ranking. So I would like to, every podcast, at some point, have a little segment where we can review apples together, chat. And I hope that you can get involved as much with these apples as I am, because there are some wild ass descriptions of these apples that I would love to share with all of you. So that's my little segment on apples, on apple reviews. I hope you join me next time for Apple Reviews with Boshi. You get your gamer subs?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on apples?
I like apples.
Yeah, there's some good ones. There's some bad ones. Like the Newtown Pippin apple. Either way.
I personally prefer like the green ones because I really like the sour.
Maybe we'll look at some of the green ones later on. But that's for next time. So where were we? Do we want to continue? Is there anything else we wanted to talk about with streaming or any of that? Mental health? Want to talk
Yeah.
about femboys versus fudas or?
We can switch to that. I think that'll be a fun
Yeah.
topic.
You are crumpled.
Yeah.
Well,
I think I need to recalibrate.
oh boy, we're gonna get T-posing tot in a second. T-posing tot, teapot.
Didn't give us
Here's a little
Ben. We
teapot.
want Ben.
No. Yeah. Do you need to calibrate, or are you good? I was gonna wait until you calibrated.
We'll see. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is going to be more of like, I don't know if this will be a debate or not, because listen, I've got my feelings, and I know you've got your feelings, and we're on very different, ends of the spectrum here. You're not saying anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm
Well,
listening.
I just wanted now, some people may not agree, but I firmly believe that uh, femboys are less gay than futanari. If we're talking purely on like the tags on a porn site, this is what I'm talking about. This isn't, real life or whatever. I've already got someone agreeing that I'm 100% correct. Thank you. Try a night. Femboys are less gay than futanari, and here's exactly why. When you are looking for a futanari, you are actively looking for a girl with the penis, the manhood on the woman with the breast and such. Whereas with femboys, you're not there for the peen. You're there for the softly shape. You're there for the feminine features. You're not there for the penis, which is what you're there for with the futanari. Because if you're not there for the penis, that's just a woman. You just remove the penis. Well, now what? I don't. You need to rebuttal now because I'm getting some conflicting views in chat. People are disagreeing.
Well, I think the issue stems from like the whole social and there's a whole people hate talking about it, but educational is highly required. Social structure says that girl Alex equals girl, boy equals boy, and all that. And in my view, your issue stems from that, and I think in a lot of cases that is actually the case. In your situation, for example, the whole thing is that you're focusing on what is interpreted as feminine.
Are you saying
That
that
is what.
a penis is not masculine?
No, I'm not really arguing against or for it. I'm saying like
Okay.
your entire argument is based off of the social structure that feminine equals girl, masculine equals man or boy,
The
or
traditional,
yeah.
kind of, yes. I mean, when one of the terms is literally called femboy, short for feminine boy, you kind of have to go off of those preconceived notions. Because what else do you go off of if not the literal name? You know? That's literally in the name of it. It's a feminine boy. It's a femboy.
Yeah. Try to think, get my thoughts again because my brain is just not happy today. I don't know.
That's good.
He's right.
Right. They're saying I'm getting more supporters here, and that's more than I thought I was gonna get. But I'm glad that people are seeing that. Like, now, this isn't to say that you can't like one or the other. Everybody has their preferences. You enjoy that. I enjoy what I enjoy. They can coexist. I'm just saying that people saying that one thing is more one way than it is another, when I don't personally feel that it is.
Yeah, no, my entire really my entire argument come back to the whole like traditionally feminine versus masculine. Aside from that, I don't really, I don't think I had much of an argument. At least I can't think of one right now.
I mean, does anybody in chat? Because I mean, listen, I've had this conversation many times with people, and it it gets a little weird. Like, because here's the thing, I've also there was at one point a time, and this is gonna be weird. Free, you know Free, right? The orange lizard, tomboy.
Yeah.
They had an avatar that had the short hair, but she didn't have a chest, and I coined that a tomboyish femboy, which I know sounds like a
Okay.
contradiction, but it made sense to me that it is
Yeah, if I remember
feminine
correctly,
featured.
That actually did kind of make sense.
Yeah,
'Cause
it was
I
like
remember
feminine
specifically
features
putting that out.
in a
Yeah.
in a in a masculine way, where they had the short hair, they had the flat chest. If they had a bulge on that avatar, that would be like a tomboyish femboy. A picture? I don't have a picture
Uh,
of it, sadly. It was just Free's avatar. At a certain point, she had it where she didn't have a chest, and she was wearing her black sweater thing. I don't remember. It was a while ago.
okay, but
Mhm.
to flip the argument on its head then, and your argument
Okay.
is that if you like Fuda, then it's more gay because you're actively seeking out the peen, as you described it.
Mhm.
In my experience, and I know a lot of friends, people in close proximity who think the same way, is that um, they enjoy Fuda X girl stuff because they want the dick. They want like to be very very specific here. They want the penetration. They want that like actual sex action, but they want to female figures. How would
Mhm.
you argue that then? Because the focus isn't really they want the natural thing,
So you're saying
but
like
they
Fuda on Fuda
prefer no Fuda
or Fuda
on
on woman?
girl or yeah.
Uh, see, I don't. At that point, like here's the thing. In most of the stuff that I consume, I'm never looking at it for the male perspective. Like I don't really pay attention too much to the other to the figure that is doing something with the woman. I look at it mostly as just now maybe this is not what everyone does, but I imagine myself as that person doing those things. It is self-insert, as one would say. So that I mean it's more open that way, but I don't know. It yeah, I don't know.
Fembros.
The what?
After a quick research, tomboyish femboys are apparently called fembros.
Fembros. Ooh, I gotta look that up. Um, I mean, listen, who wouldn't want their homie? Like that's literally all of you people are always joking about homosexual, kissing the bros goodnight. Imagine if that bro was just a bit feminine and but still tomboyish, but wanted to take it up the ass. I I don't and the fact that people still call me a femboy, I find very odd because I don't feel like I look like one. I don't identify as one. And I will say there's kind of a stigma about it, I guess. Where I was talking about this last night actually. There's like a stigma around femboys, at least on the internet, that they are almost always sexual. Am I wrong?
In what or
Like when you look at when think about the people that you know that identify as femboy, that say that they are a femboy, or say that, or they act like one, or whatever. They're almost always sexualized.
yes.
Like, yeah,
No,
it's
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of
That's the thing, because I was literally just sitting here thinking about like that aspect of it, like um to compare femboy versus Fudanai. Fudanai, as I view it, that is like complete fictional. It's complete, like, it's a kink, it's a fetish or whatever. I keep
kink.
forgetting which one, but yeah, it's a fantasy that you look up. It's not an actual thing. Um, Femboy, it's one of those things where it is a real thing, but the vast majority of people, it is like, you say they identify as a femboy, but I don't think I've ever actually met a femboy who was, just living their life. Like, when I hear the term femboy, in my experience, that implies they are sexualizing it.
Yeah,
Because usually, I do have, like, to further push on that as well, I know people who I've known for almost as long as I've played WoW now. I know people who dress up and behave / their personality is essentially what you would classify as a femboy. But they don't they don't consider themselves a femboy. They're just themselves. They're just
yeah. I
a
think
guy who enjoys dressing like that, who enjoys that sort of stuff.
I
And
think when
they are
you
not super sexualized, like sexual either, sorry.
yeah, I think when you label yourself, or when you label something as a femboy, it is inherently sexualizing it. I think that's a term of sexualization, is I think the best way to put that. Because once you slap that label on it, then suddenly it gets that connotation. It's and it is just kind of like a weird gender thing as well. Of like, I mean, the whole thing, dress how you want to dress. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Don't get this confused of like
Yeah. We're
thinking
we're
things should be a
discussing
certain
like
way.
the gayness of it. Like, to
Yeah,
to be fair, you're thinking of it from a sexual point of view as well.
yeah,
So
exactly.
we're both focusing or thinking about, like, or arguing the
Yeah,
the sexualized version here.
yeah. In terms of real life and whatever you want to do, I don't give a shit. Be who you want to be. I don't care. It's not my life. You do you.
Why would you throw that
But
at a cat
in
on the
this
internet?
little box that we're talking about, I'm not gay. I'm less gay. I'm only half gay. I'm not into the yeah.
But I think that's a
Uh,
bit like stereotyping as well. Like, you say you're half gay, but I would almost go as far as like, no, I don't know, maybe I like controversial or like rude to say that I don't think there is such a thing as half gay. Like, you're either gay or not, and I'm not saying like just because you're gay that doesn't mean you have to like big, Hulk, hairy men.
yeah.
I think there's just
You have a
different
type.
varieties of preferences. Yeah, types.
You see, that's where you get into like you get into the stuff of uh blank sexual, like pansexual, polysexual, this spectrum here that I don't know enough about to dip into. So I'm not trying to offend it. I'm not trying to do anything with that. But it's
If you're
there.
offended, fuck you.
Damn. Either way, yeah, there are specific names for stuff of like people who are specifically attracted to personalities, or people that are attracted to feminine features. There is a name for that. I don't know what that name is, but there's a label for it. I just don't know that label, and I'll be honest, I'm not somebody that wants like all of these labels, all that stuff. I'm just like,
Yeah.
whatever I find, whatever makes, whatever, where it gets me off, I don't care. If I find it attractive, I find it attractive. That's it. If it's a feminine dude, if it's a, big mommy milkers, if it's goth GF, if it's a tomboy, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't care. It's what I like. That is what it is. I'm just, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
very, yeah, I'm thinking about like, yeah, labels and stuff. That is something I'm very against. I think it's stupid to label yourself. I feel like,
Mhm.
yeah, welcome back. I feel like labeling yourself is like, how would I describe that or like put into a word? I feel like it's um you're trying to like tell yourself or prove to others like, who cares? Like, you don't need a label. Just live how you want to live. I can understand if you're trying to explain, like, okay, I like this. Like, yeah, okay, I'm bisexual. It's very easy to explain. Like, yeah, I'm just bisexual. But labeling yourself and like, I feel like labeling yourself is more of like, um, shaping your life or identity against it or around it. It's a that's how I feel, at least, that when you're labeling yourself, that's when you're going a bit further than just, accepting or just being something, basically.
Yeah,
Sounds
I
like
don't know.
pronouns.
I just look at it as like I exist. You exist. We all just exist.
Yeah.
If you want to say you're something, okay. As long as you're happy,
Yeah.
you know.
You don't have to have a label just to say that you like dick or you like pussy or you like both. Like, just live your life.
That,
In fact, I think in a lot of cases, putting a label on yourself is like inviting, maybe not inviting harassment, but at the same time, like,
it
and
definitely
the
gets
perfect
tense.
example, yeah, that this is literally the reason why I don't have the LGBTQ anything like that, or bisexual anything like that as my tags, because I don't think it's necessary. This is a community. In my community, on this channel, I'm accepting of everyone. I invite everyone. I don't care about your religion. I don't care about your sexuality. I don't care who you are, where you're from. I don't care about anything about that.
Unless you're French.
Everyone is welcome. No, but like, I don't see like any reason why you need tags like that. And
Yeah, it just yeah, I don't know. To say there's a stigma about them, I don't know. Or it like just being able to exist, just being able to be you. Also, speaking of label,
yeah,
like the amount of like I I'll be honest, I have like been introduced to people as like, oh, he likes femboys, and I'm like, yeah, I that's not my whole personality. There's something, there's part of that I like, but I still like women. I still like, you know, a tall lady that could, crush me, or like again the tomboy. Like there's many things that I like. So just to label as just that one specific thing narrows down who you are as a person. I would rather they just say he's the bunny. Like yeah, okay, that's me.
a main reason for LGBTQA plus tags is to advertise that you're a safe space for those sorts of people. It does serve a purpose. That might have been at one point the original purpose, but I think that we live in today's internet, in the modern internet, like 2020 later. I think that actually acts as a form of, and this is now I'm really gonna get controversial, but I actually think that kind of contributes to segregation in the sense of you're differentiating. And again, I think this is where a lot of my opinion on labeling yourself comes in, because and this falls under politics as well. I hate when people say, "Oh, I'm right, I'm left." Like, you don't have to define yourself. You can have opinions on different things. You can like different things. You don't have to like identify with one thing. And even though it might have been the case that channels would be a safe space, you're yeah.
Yeah, it what are you trying? Yeah, my brain is also trying to like figure out the right words to say
Yeah, I'm
here because
trying
I have it
to.
in my head. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it. Was it last night or the other day? I don't know, but literally, like my family has completely different views on a lot of stuff than me. But at the end of the day, we're still family. It's like that. All that's doing by sticking your post in the ground saying that I'm this is just dividing people more.
Yeah,
That's
I
that's
am
all that it's
very,
doing.
very. I'm a strong believer against tribalism and like the whole mindset of you're either with me or against me. I hate that mindset. I think it's so detrimental to literally the future of the human race. I think we're kind of like traversing almost in that sense, especially in politics. But that's like a different coin altogether.
Yeah,
In
that
this sense, I was reading like what Chris said. Wouldn't that make 99% of other channels unsafe? And I mean, like, yeah, if you need to define, you're basically asking for, um, well, it's almost, I don't know. My
if
brain
you
is
want to
literally going everywhere. I can't focus.
if you want to use
It's,
one of the hot button terms, you could say it's a safe space. Safe space. But I don't know. Like again, it also makes it easier for people that don't like that specific thing to find that and then just attack that to spread hate through that, as opposed to just being a place that you find and it exists and you're just hanging out there having fun that they might never find because you've labeled it with this marking. It makes it a target. It makes it an easier
yeah,
place to find to shit on them.
okay. Now I actually had that really put me on the right on a track now. So, I think that is a big thing that people are tired about the extreme ends of everything. People are getting tired of being told what to think and feel. Like whether it has to do with politics or whether it has to do with pronouns or sexuality or things like that. I think people are just tired of the extremes because um if you've ever met an extreme person in real life, that is very, very different. Whereas, like, I know people firsthand in real life. I have a close friend, in fact, who is very, very against um most things SCW or like woke, things like that.
Mhm.
But at the same time, they don't give a shit if people are actually gay. They don't give a shit what you like. They don't give a shit about what you like to put in your mouth. What they like going about your everyday life, that is different. They just don't wanna be like have it shoved in their face, basically.
Yeah, I don't know if this is on a similar thing, if it's a different tangent, but it reminds me of the fact that like I want you to think back to like YouTube or the internet to literally back to like 2016, 2017. And you look at some of the bigger creators, just people that kind of shaped the ideology of stuff, like PewDiePie, uh, H3H3, iDubbbz, people like that, who were all of those people at the time were like making fun of SJWs and stuff like that. Karens, the freak out stuff. I don't know if you remember Humongous, that whole fucking thing.
Yep.
But you look at them now, and most of them have kind of like done a 180, or not necessarily 180, but it's like they're more on the open side about things, which I find interesting. Filthy Frank, like they've chilled out, and I think like even looking back though, it's like those extreme people were pushing stuff on people of like the freakouts and the stuff like that. So I think yeah, like people are tired of that, and they just want to fucking exist. You don't need to
Yeah.
be the extreme of
And
this side. You don't need to be the extreme of that side. Just
yeah,
don't.
as a girl said, not labeling because it's dangerous is exactly the reason we still need safe spaces. I understand the like mindset or what you're trying to get forth, but um okay, I had a thought just now, but this is not going well today. Jesus.
Listen, episode 2 will be much better. Probably 2 weeks from now on Saturday, if I had to guess.
God fucking damn it.
If we want to do a Labor Day special, maybe.
I had a
fucking
thought
Monday.
process to it. No, I'm actually mad.
Yeah, Todd's been through a lot today, so her brain not working perfect, and I don't know what she's trying to say, so I can't get there. We're off to a great start though.
Yeah. Sadly, there's still a need and some place to provide that. Oh, fucking damn it.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're
I
gonna
don't
be
know
mad about
what the
that.
fuck is wrong with me. Yeah, I'm gonna be very mad. I'm really feeling down about this entire it
Todd's
was
gonna
not
put
good
out
timing for me.
a tweet in like 4 hours from now and being like, "This is what I meant to say. This is what it was. I remembered it now." Also, Todd, don't worry. This is literally the first episode. We're finding our feet. We're gonna figure it out, and then by the next one, hopefully, it'll be better.
Yeah.
We still listen. We still got people. We still here. They're still here. They're still watching. Get some. What's a good emote? Like chat. Post your favorite emo right now. Whether it be a Twitch or 7TV or BTTV. Post your favorite emote. See, look at them. They're all having fun. Yeah, we also have been doing some fucking hard-hitting topics, like
Yeah.
gender and
Would you say that
stuff.
each individual should be able to have their own opinion on labels? Like, can anyone say that, example, femboys are not gay, being wrong if they don't believe it? I'm not really entirely sure what you mean, but people should definitely be able to have their own opinions on like labels and what they imply. And I think this is part of at least why I don't think labeling yourself is a good idea, because you might mean one thing, but someone else might mean or think of something else when you say that label.
Yeah.
Like in Bosch's case, I would say he's gay. Not this. Well, actually, no,
Okay.
bisexual. To be clear, I would say you're bisexual.
All right. So I'll take
And
that.
yeah, that doesn't mean he likes, again, the stereotypical beer man or, big, massive dongs.
There's only one
No,
type
he
of
might have
guy
a
that
very
I like.
specific kind of.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
In terms of all the different types of
And
women I like, but I'm
yeah,
I'm
but
the gay
this
one.
is what I mean.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. If you tell someone that, yeah, you like men, they will immediately think of a specific thing because of labels, because of, I guess, stereotypes.
Yeah.
And they
Like they have this image in mind already of what you say, and that's gonna be their first
Yeah.
thought. Damn, I didn't know you could talk, Tot. It's only been like a year. Uh,
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of labels. Like whatever you like, do whatever you want to do. Like, be your own person, be your own identity. Don't identify with other things, outstanding things. Just be yourself. Be whoever you want to be. And it gives the wrong image, as Todd said. Yes, exactly. And that is my entire point. Like, you're correct. I shouldn't say he's bi. I shouldn't say he's gay. She likes a very specific type of
there,
man, like very specific.
there's the one specific type of male attribute that I like, and that's it, as opposed to the entire part of my life beforehand and still now that likes many types of women. That's why I say
Yeah.
like I'm barely even like I'm more that that's why like when I make the whole thing of like feminine men aren't gay is because at that like with how little the male population that I like, I'm basically straight. It's just that there's this little nugget here that I'm into that people take and they make it everything. They make it the whole personality. And I'm like, that's not me.
Yep.
It's just that one little nugget of all of me because I dated a guy for 2 months and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
A feminine guy, I might add. Uh, that's just what people they like the labels. It's unfortunate, but that's what they do.
Yeah, no, personally, I think having those tags and labels, I understand the idea of safe space, and don't get me wrong, like I'm not trying to argue that everything should be safe. Well, everything should be safe, but like I'm thinking about like haters or people, toxic people, assholes. They will always exist, and I'm not trying to excuse or say that using tags puts you up as like a target. Like that's not really part of my argument. It has nothing to do with what I'm trying to say. It's more about again, this whole thing with labels and associating with certain groups of people, segregation and all that. I'm really struggling with putting this into words. I'm so mad at myself right now.
You're fine. Don't worry.
Just complete nonsense.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of times that we've said just be who you want to be, I don't think it can be overstated. It is what
Yeah.
it is. You're you, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Unless you're Drax, in which you are gay. But even stuff like that, it's like those are jokes, and amongst friends we know that they're jokes.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's even still here. He was at like dinner or something. Or he said he was gonna like
We
do
want
something
partners
like that.
because we don't want to be alone. Because it's easier to work together. It just makes sense to work together with someone whose skills and personality synergizes with your own, rather than merely duplicates. Opposites attract. It's a thing for a reason.
That's actually an interesting like thing of like, do you believe that a partner should be somebody the opposite of you, or because I feel like there's merits to both of like somebody you get along with. Like
Yeah, no,
if
I
you're
don't think there's like a specific. Again, I wouldn't put a label on this. Like, there's a specific. Everyone has like a specific type of. Oh, already? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been 2 hours. What just happened?
That went by fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
See?
I don't think you can define like what people would want as their partners, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
My
it's
brain
not
is
like
fucking fried.
yeah. I can tell. I mean, do you want to? It's been 2 hours. The you want it to at least go for 2 hours. If you're feeling fried, we
I want
next
to keep
time.
talking because I'm enjoying this, but I wish my brain would
Yeah.
actually fucking function so I could actually yap and discuss things properly.
You
Because
might
if
just
I
need rest. Like listen, I'm enjoying this as much
honestly,
as you, because I wanted this as much as you did. Um, but if you need to like reset your brain, because I can tell you want to talk about stuff, your brain just isn't here right now. Which
my brain left the room.
yeah, that's all right. Listen, you want the truth? I have to piss, so I'm fine ending anytime soon.
Well,
What are they?
you can at least go take a piss. I think that's fine. Yeah, piss break
All right.
at bare minimum. That's fine. No balloons. Okay. Hi. No balloons. With the gummy. George stream now? Damn. I don't know what the fuck is up with my brain today. Maybe it's because I haven't like had enough to eat or something. I don't know. Or the stress before stream. It was bad timing. It's Sunday. Well, yeah, but usually I don't have any issues on Sundays like these. Like, those 2 pieces of toast had to come out as a toaster. That would be a cool transition. Yeah, today it wasn't like rough, just real life stuff. I don't smoke shit. I think it's a mix of stress, probably food, and also caffeine. Admit that, and we're in business. It's hard to say what you mean to convey. Usually, I don't really have issues conveying my thoughts. Like how my brain is feeling right now. This is not normal. Usually, I have very little issues actually expressing or explaining like my thought process on something. Bare minimum, it's not like right now.
Do you know what
Second time it
fruitager
happened this
arrow
week.
is?
The what now?
Fruitager arrow.
No.
It's like an aesthetic from late 2000s to like early 2010s in like the tech industry. Uh Everything was kind of like bubbly and blue and looking forward to the future. It was like hopeful. It was like the era you remember like the original iPhone like background, how it was like gray with water droplets on it, and like Windows XP, the glossy textures, bubbles. Ben can probably look up images. Fruitager arrow. Like there's a lot of images. You'll be able to see like a very common theme. It's I don't know, like I don't know if you remember that era or if it'll bring back memories for you, because a lot of people nowadays, maybe not a lot, but there's a certain part of the internet nowadays that are very nostalgia driven for that era, despite it only being like a decade ago, maybe a little bit more. Is interesting. I don't know. It was something that I learned about recently that uh
I
yeah,
never heard of that before.
yeah it's something you gotta see, unfortunately.
How do you
But
spell it?
Frutiger space AERO. HD quality, nature, humanism. Uh, yeah, that's a great example of Fruitiger Arrow
What
right here.
the?
Yeah, like like
Okay,
you
these straight
surely
up just looks like fucking YouTube thumbnails.
what? YouTube
That's a
thumbnail.
color scheme. Yeah, this is YouTube thumbnail color scheme.
I mean, here's the thing. Maybe it worked. Maybe that's why the thumbnail is like that. Is because it brings back the brain chemicals from this era. It's not even like this is before AI was even a fucking thing. This is when AI was the fucking robot, iRobot movie. And I mean it is like a desktop screen. Like it's just it's a vibe, I think as the kids would say. It's an aesthetic.
An aesthetic.
Yeah.
I can see that. It's definitely a very like specific. It it's kind of like similar to how Art Deco is a style or aesthetic.
Yeah, exactly. It's nostalgia for like I guess people close to around our age. And there's some people that don't believe that it's like a thing. Like you can't have nostalgia for an era that it's not really a fucking thing or whatever. But like if enough people say that it is, then it is. Like if
Yep.
enough people believe in it, uh
We're in like our
if
ones in
I
college.
am I able
Okay.
to just do this? Oh, I can. I mean this has Y2K on it as well. But
Yeah.
like the aesthetic of it.
Oh.
But like this is a good example of what it looks like, of like what people think about it versus Y2K, which is its own thing as well. I don't know. Like I said, it was just something
Okay.
that I learned about recently that I enjoy the aesthetic. I think it looks cool.
Yeah. That is actually really cool. I've never heard of this before.
It's a relatively new thing. Yeah, there's the Fruitiger era,
Interesting.
and it's got the list of everything that makes it the glossy textures, gradients, bubbles, water. I think it goes hand in hand with like. Do you remember? I don't know if. See again, it's like an American thing. Fast food restaurants used to be so pretty and lively and bubbly, and
Yeah.
now they're fucking brutalist. Like you look at old McDonald's, you look at the Wendy's that had the play spaces and the sunroofs and all this stuff. The buildings used to look nice. They used to look colorful. Ronald McDonald used to be on top of
Cheerful.
the building. And now you look at them and they're boxes. They're grays, they're so devoid of life. They've become corporatized. And it goes the same for I'm sure you've noticed this as well. Logos for like companies,
Yes. Oh yeah.
they're simplifying. They're becoming bland and nothing, and there's no
Minimalistic.
uniqueness. Minimalist, exactly. And it doesn't. What happened to having life? What happened to being unique? Yeah, can we okay, we need somebody to take the ModCorp logo and make what it would have looked like in like 2004. Because this is the brutalist ModCorp logo. We need to know what ModCorp would have looked like a decade and a half ago. Because it would have been bubbly, it would have looked beautiful. But nowadays, it like it's just so what happened?
I honestly don't know.
Everything has become corporate and boring.
Yeah, what's the like trigger for us, I guess.
That's what I don't know. Of like there was something that happened that uh, uh companies and corporations decided everything is going to become bland now.
Yeah, but not just that. Like, if you looking at the pictures that he sent, the transition from like Y2K style to um how
Fruitiger?
Fruitiger Aero style, like at what point, like who said that okay, we're gonna transition, or like is it just human instinct? Like
I mean,
style
I want to
trends?
I want to
Is it
say a
like
lot
fashion, I
like
guess?
it could be fashion, but like technology. I think people like that. Like you look at how the iPhone has developed over time, and like in the Fruitiger Arrow, there's the iPhone, like the iPod background, like that image that we had that had like the original YouTube app that used to look like that, but now it
Yeah.
doesn't. And that
Dude,
just kind of happened over
that
time.
is like a fucking rabbit hole and a half. Like looking at pictures of like the old YouTube layout. Like I was on YouTube before Google Plus. I remember when
Yeah,
that whole
God,
debacle first happened. I remember
yeah.
everyone freaking out over it, being pissed off.
You needed a
And
Google Plus
I
to
can like
comment.
sort of vaguely how the the
Oh,
how YouTube looked before, but it's like when you actually see it, it's like, was it that different? Yeah,
yeah, I mean, yeah.
it's like
Like
a completely fucking different website now.
you want to talk about like when I started watching YouTube was I want to say about 2008. Around that time, now old people remember, the subscribe button used to be yellow, and your channel you used to be able to customize the entire background. And you want to go down a rabbit hole. I want you to look at any piece of social media and the customization for it. And you will notice you can customize two things. You get a profile picture, which is either a square or a circle, and you get a header. That's it. You get nothing more. You
Yeah,
look at Facebook, you look at Twitter, you look at YouTube. It's all the same. That's all you get. Whereas back in the day, you look at MySpace, you used to be able to put you could make the entire background, you could have music play during it, all of this stuff. And now it's just icon header. That's it. You used to be able to have themes, exactly. Customizing the whole channel, having all of this stuff. And now it's where'd it go? What happened? What happened to being unique? What happened to they I mean, you if you really want to look at it, the YouTube logo used to say YouTube, broadcast yourself. It doesn't say that anymore. You
yeah.
can't broadcast yourself anymore.
Uh,
Yeah,
That's
you'd be able
another
to do
whole
so
topic
much.
that could be interesting.
Yeah.
How YouTube has changed, and this would be like mainly from an outside perspective because while I do have a YouTube channel, I have definitely not like been playing the YouTube game, so to speak.
Yeah, no, this would be just from a viewer's perspective. But yeah, stuff,
Yeah,
you know, a tiny feature of YouTube that I used to really enjoy that has been taken away. If you opened up a video and then you paused it, the little loading bar would load the entire video. And you could wait for the entire video to load. If you had like slow internet or whatever, you used to be able to load the entire video. Now it doesn't do
Yep.
that anymore. It loads like 20 seconds or whatever, and then that's it. That's all you get. You used to be able to pause the video and let it. Yeah, that doesn't work anymore. It only loads a certain amount and then it stops. Which is why, like, if you pause a video, at least I've noticed when you pause a video and then you go away for like an hour or whatever, and you come back, you watch the video for like a couple seconds, and then it'll refresh because it's only loaded that little bit, and then it needs to reload fucking everything. Editing the buffers. Okay, I read somewhere that on Firefox, I think if you type something into the code aspect of the site or whatever, you can make it so that videos load. But I don't know anything else. That's about all I know. I don't think it works for Chrome or Opera. Or there might be stuff, but I don't know of it.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't be too surprised if it's possible.
Somebody's probably made an extension for it, knowing the internet.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, the apps. Dude, hey, you wanna shit on Twitch Mobile?
Sure.
Nobody likes Twitch Mobile.
Nobody likes
even
it.
like it's just bad. It always has been bad. And the fact that like uh what is it? Subscriptions have been increased to $7, almost $8 on mobile now?
Yeah,
Like what the
that's
fuck?
gonna lead to less people using it.
Yeah. Which is bad because a surprising amount of people use Twitch Mobile. An annoying
Yeah.
amount, I would say.
Apple
But
slash Android
that's
text.
what I
Yeah,
know.
no, if don't subscribe on mobile, just subscribe on any PC or like anywhere else. Or
Well,
just go to the
okay.
web page and go out of mobile mode and subscribe.
You can do that. I wanted to ask, so increasing the price on mobile, do the streamers themselves get a higher cut from that? Or is the cut
Nope.
still the same? How are they getting away with that? How are people not throwing more of a fit? If
Because it's not
there's
Twitch.
literally
Twitch is not making more money either.
but still they're still charging
It's
you.
literally, well, yeah, they have to, or they would be making less money. It's Apple slash Android. They take a cut when
Still.
you're buying because of that whole.
Well, then why is it suddenly gone up? What fucking
Because they increased.
fuck Apple?
Yeah,
Mark Zuckerberg.
fuck Apple, fuck
No, that's
Google.
not. Is that Apple? That's Facebook.
Service fee.
Was that Apple? I don't remember. Either way, yeah, it's I don't know. Something needs to happen because that's fucked. Yeah, the fact that people are paying more, but the only people that are getting more are Apple and Facebook, or not Apple and Microsoft. What was it? I don't know. Google. The alphabet. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, either way, Twitch app is fucking ass. Not even just that. It's just everything about it. Like actually watching videos,
Yeah.
trying to watch anything.
It's clunky as well. A lot of things don't work.
Fucking
They're buggy, they're slow.
I feel so bad for VOD boys. Like that's why I was happy that Ben made the VOD channels for both you and I. I appreciate that because watching VODs on Twitch is so fucking stupid and annoying, and I hate it. Like I've always hated the fact that VODs disappear after a certain amount of time. That was always like, I understand that, oh, you gotta save space, but just be YouTube. Just do a YouTube. Keep them up forever. And the only reason a VOD should be deleted is if there was like content not in terms with the terms of service, or if the person deleted it themselves. You should be able to go back and watch VODs from any time. It just, I hate it.
Yeah, no, it would definitely be more being the suggest.
That and the
But
fact that
I also think
you get ads on
I
them.
also think it's part of the problem is like has to do with, VOD isn't really pushed to the user that much.
It's
Like,
not,
yeah, it's a thing, but
but
unless you go
like,
out of your way to find them.
here's for me, VODs was I was a VOD boy for a long time. Like when I first found Twitch, it was because I wanted to find the VODs of Radiant Soul's voice reveal. I missed it by like a day or two, which is why I hate the fact that VODs disappear. Is because I wanted to watch that stream and I couldn't because it was fucking gone. Um, but yeah, like that was how I got into Twitch. Was I watched VODs and then I became a live viewer, and now I'm on the camera. It's an evolution
Yeah.
or a de-evolution, whatever you want to fucking call it.
V-
But yeah, they're useful for certain things. And I
No,
think
I
that
definitely
they're a
think VODs
valuable
are
part.
like useful. It's just, again, in my opinion, it's that Twitch doesn't really push the features, or it's not like easily accessible or discoverable, and that's like a big issue with Twitch in general, like discoverability. Discoverability
What
is like non-existent, except from being in the top of a category.
Yeah, what features does Twitch even push aside from Turbo? Aside from things that are just ways for them to make money, what features does Twitch push? Can you name any? Because I can't. Or
That's a
shitty
good
ones that
question.
are like, hey, you can call this streamer or whatever. What was it? Like you can
Oh yeah,
collab. What is
knock
it
knock.
called? Knocking? That
Yeah.
bullshit? I don't even know what that is. Are you able? Do you know what that is? Because I don't.
I know the like sort of, not the full details, but basically you can like, it's very obnoxious, but you can go to like, I think, I'm not sure if you have to be live to do it, but you go up to a stream and you have like a button or something to request, like, you're basically requesting to be on stream. That's what it is.
What? What?
Yeah,
Why?
it's a stupid name for essentially a video call.
Why do you need a video call on Twitch? I don't. That's what I don't get. Like, who asked for this
Because
feature?
some fucker with a power trip thought it was a good idea. Nobody asked for it. Yeah, I'll just call him out. Evil Toaster. He's the Twitch administrator, or not administrator, but what's it called? All representative, like community, whatever they're called. They have like a ambassador. That's the name. Thank you. He's a Twitch ambassador. I think he represents a lot of the like VTuber community, and he's like super proud that he made Twitch make this feature. But it's like, it's so stupid. I don't know.
How? Okay. The only thing
I
that
don't
I
think
know
I've seen
about.
a single person aside from him actually positive about it. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say. You say this guy was like an ambassador for like the VTuber community, when the only thing that I've really heard about this feature is that, like, if you have a camera set up, there's a chance that it could like pull your actual camera and like do an unintentional face reveal. Like that is fucking insane to me. that the guy that's into that like it represents VTubers is the one that is possibly exposing them. That like what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I heard about the Twitlonger as well. The guy basically, to summarize him, he has a power trip or like a very big ego and stuff like that. Technically speaking, he didn't do anything illegal. He's just a fucking weirdo.
I mean, you can say that about so many people. They
Very
didn't do
actually
anything illegal.
very down your alley of like interest, but he actually has a lot of personality wise a lot of similarities to Chris Chan. He
That
hear me out.
that is
He has
not
a
make me
very
hopeful.
yeah, no, don't worry. He's not a good person. Like nobody likes him.
Well,
He has some kind of weird idea that, in his own words, he thinks that girls dislike him, and he outspokenly is not gay. He's not gay. He thinks that if he was a girl, the same girls who dislike him would let him go further. That is his
what
mentality. And
that's
it's
what a
like
lot
so
of
fucking
people.
backwards, and it's
Oh, that's Chris Chan. Yeah.
Yep.
Chris was
Yep.
like, there's very high evidence that part of the reason that they transitioned was to get closer to girls. Oh, oh.
Yep.
Why'd you have to make the comparison to Chris?
no.
The fucker that I've watched an 80-part documentary about, just their awful life.
Yeah, no, he doesn't know boundaries. He does not understand boundaries, and there was also a bunch of talk about like policing. Like he's basically allowed to do anything because when he does it correctly. He does it when like it's fine when he does it. But and if like he police other people, how words they say, how they should behave, stuff like that, things they should and shouldn't say.
That fucking yeah, people. I
You know
the-
what's
you would
funny actually?
what?
Sorry, I'll cut you off because I don't want to lose
Yeah.
this tangent, but
Yeah.
I can't think of a Twitch ambassador that wasn't a fucking weirdo. I
Yeah,
hope I'm wrong, but I can't think of any.
I mean,
Now,
who-
to be clear, I haven't looked either. Like I haven't participated. I haven't, I don't know who all the people are, but
I mean, which ones do you know? Because I didn't know Twitch ambassadors were a fucking thing until you just mentioned that person. Oh, hey Todd, you can be a Twitch ambassador. You can apply.
fuck that. Nope. I think that
Man.
is like one of those things. It attracts a specific type of people. I think
Yeah,
that's
like
part of it.
the I was gonna say the way that you describe them, that does sound very lol cow esque. Like if stuff like that of like what you're saying there, it feels like, and if that's the kind of people that are getting the Twitch ambassadorship, God help anybody working with them. And I guess us
Yeah.
to an extent because we're on the site. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know any. Like, do you know any ambassadors other than that one? Because I only know that one.
I know there was the one way back who identified as a deer or something.
That person.
That's
Oh
specifically
my
what I
God.
remember. There
I
were
have vague memories.
another fucking weirdo. That's really the only way to put it. They were a fucking weirdo.
Yep.
Everyone knows the
don't-
deer person. Yep.
I don't remember the specifics, but I do remember the deer part. God.
And the thing is,
Jeez.
another thing that I know very like consistently between them is that a lot of them seem to think that, oh, because they got chosen, they are correct, they are right.
Yeah. No.
Because that, again, that's another thing with Evil Toaster. He is very much so in that mindset that
Yeah.
because he is an ambassador, he knows what's right, he knows what's good,
Sense of entitlement. They're
Yeah.
in a position of which they think they have power, which they do to an extent, and so they think their opinions are above everybody else's. When they're not, they need to be knocked down a fucking peg. Yeah. The fucking, they're just lol cows. That's the best way you can put it. Do you know of any other than the Chris Chan? Are you familiar
No.
with lol cows?
No,
That's,
I am
you
not
wanna
familiar with that expression.
you
Or
wanna you want a rabbit hole. I mean, you probably know of lol like Boogie 2988. You know Boogie, right?
Oh.
Francis.
Yeah.
He's a lol cow. He's been something lately.
That is also I've only been hearing the definition lolcow very recently.
That's surprising.
Is that a new term?
No,
Or
I've
maybe
been
it's just
I've
becoming
been
more mainstream.
deep in the community for a long time now. Like Chris Chan was the original lol cow, or not the original, but they were very early on. So you think back to fucking
Yeah.
2008, 2009. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting people. And here's the thing, like, in order to just not be a lol cow, is just don't let people get to you. It's entirely how you react. Because all these people just don't understand that if you don't give the reaction, then people aren't gonna have fun doing this and they're just gonna move on.
Yeah.
Like that's all you have to do. But these people just don't understand, and that's what I guess these Twitch ambassadors all seem to have.
That's just like
Ugh.
trolls in general. Trolls, they're
Yeah,
looking for a
exactly.
reaction.
Exactly. And so
That's like
they
one of the
swarm to
oldest
lol cows.
things on the internet. How to deal with trolls is just
Ignore them.
is really just comes down to attention.
Yeah. One of the rules of the internet. Do you my brain is all over the place. Do you know, does any, like, what are the rules of the internet? Everybody knows the 34th one.
I think they come from Fortune.
Yeah. I'm I believe, yeah. But like
Please react
everybody
to me.
knows ban him.
Well,
Yeah, like everybody knows the 34th. Some people know the 63rd. I mean, some people know the 30. Do you know the 35th?
no, 44th is the only one that I know of.
Well, you know the
I
34th
know
rule.
I know there are
right?
rules, but I don't remember which rule they are. Like something around 50 or 60. There's one about like there's like a reverse gendered version of every character or something like
63.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
But you know the 34th
I think those
rule.
are the only two.
Uh,
Rule series: don't fuck with cats.
if
Yeah,
it
don't
exists,
fuck with cats.
yeah. Don't. Oh my God. There's fucking
Don't fuck with cats. I've seen documentaries. Okay,
Yep.
don't fuck with cats. Okay, I'm not talking about cat girls. Okay,
Actual
if
cats.
you want to become internet's public enemy number one, that is like a one-way quick ticket.
They will find you and they will ruin your life.
Dutifully, rightfully so.
Yeah. I mean, it's just animal cruelty. People don't seem to like that.
Yeah. No.
Unless you're PETA. In which then it's your marketing scheme.
Yeah, let's hear PETA.
Well, that's a whole. There's a lot of rabbit hole. Here's the thing. I hate the term rabbit hole nowadays Simply because I'm now a bunny boy on the internet, and so when people talk about rabbit holes, I'm just like, don't talk about my rabbit hole. That's for me to know. That's for me to look at, and you to not. But fuck cable. There we go. It's just got bad connotations. But there's a lot of rabbit holes on the internet. It's great.
Yeah, that would be an interesting topic for another podcast, like going over the rules of internet.
I would like to do that. Although, yeah, we could do that. I was gonna say the 34th rule, if it exists, there's porn of it, and then the 35th one, if there isn't porn of it, there will be. Did you know I have a tag?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
It's not what you would think, though. Well, I mean, I think there's one piece that somebody drew a while ago. Fuck, I can't remember his name. Oh, Dinal. He drew ages ago, but it was yeah. It most of the art of me is just in the background of like your art. That's my claim to fame on the porn side of the internet.
yeah.
But yeah, dark chat room. Whatever. Hey, do you remember? Do you remember chat roulette?
Yeah,
Whatever
I
happened to
think
that?
the last one called the one
Omegle?
that a bunch of like Omegle, yeah, that one shut down not too
Yeah,
long
that
ago.
got shut down.
I think it's
Yeah.
the decision because those are the kinds of things like labels and whatnot. It's one thing to have people harass, but then if you essentially make a honeypot and allow people to be like, it just enables the wrong type of people. That's really all there is to it at this point. They were a good idea at one point, but they
Yeah,
turned
well,
into a
Hmm.
cesspool of shit.
what was good about them? It's the real question. Like you say,
No,
they were good, but like, what was good about them?
it was just that random, interaction. You never like you can meet random
Yeah, I
people,
mean,
never really know what to expect, I guess.
because I've never heard any good
Early
stories.
innocent internet. Well, yeah, but that's the thing. People,
the Wild
generally
West.
speaking, only it's the same with sensationalism and things like that. You hear about the bad situation or the bad experiences.
Yeah, I guess.
A good example is actually Tifem Yanni. He used to do Omegle content. I think that's a pretty decent like
Yeah.
example that you could have good experiences as well.
I guess. I'm just like the like. I don't know how many friendships being formed on chat roulette or Omegle or something like that.
No,
I don't know how many times that happened.
I don't think it's yeah. I don't think that's what people would go to those websites for, to actually make friends. I think it's more people go there to hopefully have a random funny interaction, not to meet friends or make friends.
I feel
I
like
think
most
at
people
least.
go to those sites expecting to see a penis, because that's
Well, yeah,
really
at
what you get.
the later points, yeah.
Uh, yeah, I mean, old school YouTube. They used to. You remember Mystery Guitar Man? I feel like not many people remember him.
I have no clue what that is or who that is.
Yeah. Okay. It was just a YouTuber way back in the day. He did good music. That's literally just okay. I'm glad that some people remember. And what was the fucking the cat named Sparta? Like these are memories from back in my day. The old man. You know Sparta Sparta the cat?
It rings a bell.
Hey, little Sparta, what is with all the fight? Little bit of kidding on a bite. Is a song. It was
Yeah,
fun. It was a
that
good
one
time.
definitely sounds familiar.
Yeah. Ray
Perhaps
William
singing at some
Johnson.
points.
Uh oh yeah. What else was there? Was there any you got anything? Yeah, the mean Teddy
I do
song.
have topics, but it's like I don't really feel like I'm able to properly yap about it. I don't know what's wrong.
That,
It's ugh.
listen, that's fine. It's been
So
over
it
two and a
might
half
be better
hours.
to just save him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We did good yapping
I'm
for
still mad.
listen, Todd, next time. Next episode, it'll be better. We're starting at the ground floor. This just means we can only go up. You know? Next ones are gonna be better. There's always down. We ain't digging. I ain't got any shovels. We're gonna lay it brick by brick till it's a brick house. 'Cause she's a brick
God, I am
house.
not used to sitting down on stream like this. I feel
She's
so
not
restless.
dirty. Just letting it all hang out. Maybe maybe that's why. Maybe you need to stand up for the podcast. Because when you sit down, your brain like goes
Unironically.
into your legs or something.
That's the thing. When we have when Dean Sager's on, I have so many fucking ideas. I have my notepad open, I scribble down notes all the time. But right now it's like
Look at your notes. I don't know. Maybe not right now.
yeah, as I said, I have ideas for topics written down. It's just I can't really engage in them, so I feel like it would be a waste to bring them up at this point, especially this late into the podcast or like, fuck, I
Yeah.
hate calling it a podcast. I actually do.
It's what it is. It's a podcast now. But yeah, here's what we'll do. Next DMCA, we'll do the we'll do the podcast mid DMCA. We'll get a
God.
desk. We'll put it up in the middle, and then we'll be dancing, having conversations, driving a car. Actually, that could be interesting. If we're just in a car driving
That would be
around.
kind of funny. Yeah,
Keep that in
that
mind.
would actually be kind of fun. That's a good idea.
No, right. Hey, you should write that down.
Yeah.
And remember it for next time. Yeah, and then we can sing. Listen, we can be in a car, and then we can do like, I don't know, karaoke or something.
Okay, calm down there. We're not doing carpool.
Man, I was just singing Brick House
Also,
though.
hi Patty.
She's a super freak. Super freak. She's super freak, yeah. What's the oldest song you like?
Been in the Real Spice of VTuber style collab. I think people got the wrong idea about that, by the way. I have that written down as a topic, so I don't want to get too into it, but I'll just say one thing, and that's
I mean, we can.
collab doesn't mean sex. Sex is a form collab.
You're kind of
That's all I'll
cutting
say.
out. Are you saying collab
Oh,
doesn't
God.
mean sex? It was just on the word. It was the sex. Collab doesn't mean sex. Is that what you said?
No, people are taking the wrong information out of it. Basically, in it's an identifier and data, I guess. Like, you have sex, that is an act. Collab is not sex. Sex can be a form of collab, but collab doesn't necessarily mean sex. People are,
I
for
feel-
some reason, associating collab with the word sex, but that was never what was said. Yes, sex can be a collab. Sex is a form of collaboration. That was the entire joke or argument, or not argument, but joke.
I feel like I missed what this was. Like, I'll be okay.
Oh.
From my perspective.
Oh yeah.
I did
Sorry,
not-
you were. I
I
think
don't
you
know
were
what this
with
started
Chris.
from. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Y'all were just talking about this was during your coffee thing. I wasn't awake for that, I think. Or if I was, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, yeah. We talked about it when you were with Chris yesterday as well, because Rose dropped by and I brought it up. But yes, we'll discuss it
I don't.
more
Not
another
anymore.
time.
I mean, I'd be. You seemed to be very, like. Do you want to wait 2 weeks to give an answer for this?
Honestly,
is a
at this
topic
point, I would
now-
almost prefer doing it next weekend, just because I do
you
not
can-
feel happy or satisfied with this one.
I'm fine doing it next
And
weekend as well.
I have
Yeah,
topics, so
yeah. I think if there's only like one other thing, I'm thinking or that I'm remembering, because it's relevant. So what was going on with Ken Ashcorp? What
oh
was
my.
that whole thing? I don't know if you really had much conversation. People seem to really be like in like the fangirling aspect, but I mean legitimately. I don't know how that's like if he just showed up in chat. All I know is at some point he showed up and you were talking with him. That's what I know.
I hate it
I
here.
also found out he's a fan of wrestling and he's also a bunny, and so that's pretty cool. So I'm more of a fan. I knew he was a fan of wrestling back in the day. I didn't know that he still was. He was actually at All In earlier. Either way, are you like doing anything? Are you two going to collab? And by collab I mean sex or not sex? What do I mean? I don't
No,
know.
there's nothing planned. There's nothing. Okay, we never said we were gonna explicitly collaborate. I asked
Can I?
and said that if he's ever in VR chat, then he's more than welcome to stop by if he wants to do something.
Mhm.
I didn't
Mhm.
specifically say that or ask if he wanted to collab, because I feel like it's almost disrespectful. Well, not almost. It is disrespectful to ask that while live.
Do I need to be the adult and push the two children together to play in the sandbox? Because I've done it before and I will do it again. That was how Lay
No.
and Chris became friends. I pushed those two together. I can push you and Ken in the sandbox, closer together to play nice, you two. I can
God
do it. I've
fucking
done
damn
it.
it.
What? I listen, I'd like to see him as well. I think he'd be cool. If we have similar interests. He's a bunny, I'm a bunny.
Yeah, exactly. We have the knock feature. It's fine.
Yeah, so you can knock on his stream and be like, hey, what's going on? You wanna hang out?
That's like a one-way ticket to getting blocked, banned everywhere.
The fact that he showed up in your chat in the first place, I think shows that
That surprised me.
he was VIP. Or did you VIP him that day? I
Well,
don't
yeah.
know.
No, I don't actually remember when I VIP'd him, but
Because
he's rated me
when
before.
when I looked at his thing, I saw that like it wasn't his first message in chat, so clearly it wasn't his first time here. Which is why I'm like, well, he's been here before. He knows of you. And he's explicitly stated that he gets comments and stuff.
Zaka!
of
Speaking
you.
of, Oh my fucking! What was the thing? What was the thing that black licorice? Yes, he knew about black licorice, and he doesn't
Yeah.
want to elaborate whether it's he actually knew about it or if it was just like some if it's him liking black licorice or if he knew that I like it because, and this is very very fucking important lore here. He mentioned a specific ice cream, and this is a specific ice cream that I've mentioned less than a handful times on stream. It's a black licorice ice cream that is from Finland called salmiakki. I fucking love it. It's my favorite ice cream. And he brought that up. Where did he get that from? Does he like the ice cream? Or does he actually, I like the ice cream. Why did he bring that specific up? And he just used like a smug emo. He didn't want to elaborate. And it's tearing me apart.
It's tearing me apart, Lisa. Hey, maybe you can talk about it in your collab.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. Was it ever brought up in a video or like? I feel like you were. Okay,
No.
I'll be honest. I feel like
I think I
If-
might have tweeted about it.
There's that. You did. You've definitely because I recognize the. I
Yeah,
know
but he
the
doesn't
image
follow me on Twitter.
of the thing. Well, here's the like. He. Do you know when he rated you? Because if it was during Christmas time, I know that you talked about it around Christmas time. So if he rated you around that time, and you happen to be talking about it around that time, no,
No,
I don't know. Maybe he watches. I don't know. He's a fan
God, I hope not. Jesus Christ.
because he
I will actually go bury my head in the cement or something if oh
Yeah,
my
this is great.
god.
I love watching like you're clearly a big fan of his and rightfully so. You enjoy his music and stuff, and that's fine. I'm just like he's just a dude. He made some music that's pretty cool. I just like he likes wrestling. I want to be his friend, and that's it. And so like I'm like I will happily be this fucking middle ground to get you two to hang out because I think it would be funny and fun. And I want to and the fact that you're like he knows these things like I'll be Todd, what you just did. What you did with the it's tearing me apart, you were acting like me. You're acting the way that I act of being like it's a conspiracy theory. He knows about the black licorice ice cream somehow. What was it? What was this? What was that? You're acting like me, and so I get to be the normal one for once.
Damn.
Are his DMs
Was
open? Do you know?
tinfoil hat? Huh?
Or his DMs open? Like, are you able to
Well,
DM
yeah,
him?
I sent him. Yeah, I sent him the Echo guide.
The Echo what?
Yeah, for VR
Echo Guide.
and like how to set it
You
up
said
and
guy. I was like, Echo Guy?
oh no,
Echo's a woman.
Echo's VR guide.
Yeah.
Where he's so worried about asking. I'm not worried. That's people are putting this word into my mouth. Okay, yes, I am fangirling. I fucking love his music. I look up to him. But no, I'm not worried. If I wanted to collab, I would probably just reach out and ask.
You should
But
do
like,
that.
I don't have an idea for it. Shut the fuck up.
Just hang
Get
out.
that smile off your face.
Well, you don't like my face? You don't like me doing a face?
Not in this
yeah,
context.
That's crazy. You know how I feel. You don't need a big fucking you don't need like a big fucking to do. You can just be like, hey, want to hang out on VR and play some games, just talk, chill, whatever. You don't need this. It doesn't need to be a part of the fucking Christmas event or the summer event or whatever event you want to do. It can just be there. Y'all can just hang out.
Well, yeah, but this
you don't need a big
this
to-do.
comes back to my entire argument that I had when I was talking about Rose. Like, Rose, to me, she's like one of the big VTubers. That has nothing to do with,
Uh-huh.
actual size, has nothing to do with numbers, has nothing to do with anything of actual success. It's
Yeah.
just,
Okay.
I view her, and I've been in the same world with her. I've talked with her directly. I've seen her, like,
Yes.
I DM'd with her. But for some
Yes.
reason in my brain, she is like up there. She's huge. Like, not successful. It's like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, Todd. You know what Rose has done? She's brought me on her stream. She's literally been like, "Hey, can I call you and bring you on stream for like 10 minutes?" I'm a nobody. I average, fucking 60 something viewers,
it has
and she
nothing
brought
to
me
do
on
with that,
stream.
though.
So clearly she's fine, like interacting with people of any size, having them on
Well,
her
yeah,
stream
but
or being on theirs.
that's what I'm saying. I have interacted with her. I DM with
Yeah.
her. I've DM with her and Radiant.
I mean,
Awesome,
aside
by the
from
way. Them
yeah,
together is power.
they're
Like,
an
that's just
evil combination.
yeah.
Those two.
But that's kind of what I'm saying.
But yeah, aside from time zones, the fact that you stream later than she does, there's no reason why you two can't like figure something out. She got on for Bao's uh reveal or whatever. As long as you just
Yeah.
plan it beforehand, and the fact that she was on recently and she set up her whole VR thing, VR thing, which was the main contributor to her not being in VR, she's going to be much more open to doing stuff like that now. Because that was the main contributor of her not getting on.
Yep. No,
Rose is a
as I said,
great friend. And you know that.
yeah, it's just, and again, that's the entire thing with Ken. Like, Ken is just a YouTuber, but to me, in my head, they're celebrities, basically.
Todd, not to be mean, your number is bigger than his. You are the bigger person in this situation.
I stand by what I said. It has nothing to do with numbers. It is completely in my head.
Well, get it out of your head. Fucking clean your ears out.
Wish
You
I
got
could.
fluff coming out of them.
It's like perception. Maybe it's like, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean this in the best way possible. I admire them. I look up to them.
Yeah.
Like, this entire, like, celebrity status of them, to me, in my head, it's in a form of admiration, or
Mm-hmm.
how do we pronounce it?
Admiration.
Admiration. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're just a person.
Yeah. And I know that.
Yep.
Again,
And
like,
that's what you gotta just focus on that part. I'm not trying to force you to do anything. I'm not trying to like tell you how to live your life. I'm simply saying this is something that I think that I can tell you would enjoy. You would be nervous as hell, but I can tell that you would love to like hang out with him and do some form of collaboration. Same with Rose. Is that I can see these things and I see them and I'm like, you would enjoy this. You would look back on it fondly and with joy and excitement. In the moment, you would probably be scared or nervous, and leading up to it, 100% because you're nervous about everything. I remember the debut of this, which you were, holy shit. I'm just trying to help you take this. Like I want to know. I want you to know that I'm there for you, and I will help you in any way that I can to make this become a reality. Because I know you would enjoy it. I want this for you.
yeah.
And I know you want it. You're just very nervous and anxious and afraid.
Yep. Honestly, that whole, like, Ken thing, that what's even worse. Yeah, we'll probably wrap it up here soon. Yeah. About the whole Ken thing and like, yeah, I was fangirling hard. Or like, I haven't really showed that side before. Okay, I kind of regret that showing that on stream. I
It's
guess
funny.
it's
Yeah,
off character.
yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, it's Todd. You broke character.
Yes, I broke character.
How could you? Um. I mean, I'll be honest. The way that I look at it, it
God
was a funny
fucking damn
moment.
it.
The fangirling, it was funny. Again, people are gonna, if they find something funny, if they found something humorous, they're gonna make memes about it. They're gonna joke about it. You know that as well as I.
I'm glad people found it enjoyable. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very happy, but yeah, that was me actually breaking my facade, or like, breaking character. There you go. That is like, I think that might be one of the, at least that's one of the times where I've broken character when it wasn't someone making me cry, I guess.
Yeah. And it was entertaining. People like that. The fact that so many people are talking about it means that they liked it and they enjoyed it, and that was the most you've ever been, which shows that they like you.
No.
You're just mad because it's true. You don't have a response. That's why you're saying me.
Shut the fuck up.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, I mean, this was fun. Even though your brain wasn't working properly and you weren't able to get your points across for certain stuff, I still think it was fun. And if we want to do one next week where, hopefully your brain is better, probably on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because it's just better. Do it a
Yeah.
bit earlier as well.
I
As well.
Yeah, definitely earlier. I think that will help as well.
The meeting also probably didn't. The fact that there was meeting earlier probably didn't help.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Your excitement is infectious. Yeah.
Yeah. It went well.
We were not prepping. I am like the only form of prep I have is a notepad with, it had like 5 or 6 topics written down.
Yeah, I mean, we covered some of them. Where was it?
Yeah.
Right there.
I remote some of them.
Yeah. That
It
third
was
one.
still enjoyable.
Interesting.
I really enjoy. It's so
yeah.
fucking ironic, but yeah, I really enjoy just talking. Like these talking,
nice.
whether it's like podcasts just like this, I also feel like this dynamic we have is like, I'm very, very like, I look at it with very strong positivity. Like,
Thank you. That makes me feel happy.
I enjoy just talking bullshit with you. I really do.
Yeah, I listen. You found out that you're a yapper after, you unmuted. I've always been a fucking yapper. Well, not always. Ever since I unmuted as well, I've been a fucking yapper. We just yapping. And we have we just talk. It's just the chemistry. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a mute. When I was a furball desktop, I barely spoke. So then I got VR and I was
What does
like, okay, I talk now,
unscripted
but I'm
toast
shy.
mean? What does it mean?
Yeah. I
Good
really
question.
like this logo, by the way. Like I didn't. like
Yeah, I like it
am
as well.
proud of it because I designed it, quote unquote. I don't know what do you say? Like I conceptualized it. I don't know. Lay drew it, but I like, yeah.
I
I don't know.
I think that is designing it, or yeah, at least you made a concept. I don't know actually.
I could imagine. I was like, my face in toast, your face in toast, unscripted being pretty, toast being bubble. You came up with the name. You just said unscripted toast, and I was like, yeah, why not? Yeah, and at least I think people enjoyed it. They seem to. I mean, they're here. They're still watching. They haven't
Yeah.
left.
I enjoyed it, despite not
Chat,
being able to really.
did you enjoy it? Leave a comment below if you enjoyed unscripted toast. Is that now? Here's something I don't know if this is something for like after, but you did mention how you wanted to like possibly put these, maybe cut them up or something, or very basic editing, learning how to do stuff. Is that something you still plan to do, or?
I had no clue. I'll be honest, I definitely feel less incentivized and motivated to do it. Like, I didn't do, like,
Your mic.
God, fuck. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the mic right now.
You're just completely mute now. Are you talking? Uh-oh. Well, the
Hello?
mic has. Oh, well, she's back.
The fuck?
Hello.
I had no clue what the fuck just happened with it.
Yeah, I don't know. It
check
was when you were
the-
doing this, when you were putting the hands behind your head. That's when it was fucking up.
Yeah, but
I
I
don't know that.
didn't touch the actual mic. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like I didn't do it, you know.
Well, okay, we'll see with
Yeah,
the
I feel like
second
I
episode.
to fail. Yeah, so I don't feel very motivated to do the edits that I wanted
Yeah,
to, but we'll see.
that's understandable, you know? But again, I firmly believe that with it being earlier in the day, no meeting beforehand on a Saturday, I think it'll be better.
Yeah.
So,
Sounds good. So, Unscripted Host is just a silly name for a podcast, really.
be honest, how often do you want me to say when your mic fucks up? Because there's times when like it started fucking up and then you were intelligible by the end of it. Like,
I guess
because I know.
I think your mic rubbing against your butt. Nope. It is complete me, as it always has been. So, I don't know.
Purple cats are having trouble with their mics lately. It's a common
Yeah,
theme.
but actually,
Oh.
during I don't remember when there is in the past few days, past few streams. At some point, I hit the mic and it landed on the floor, and it was kind of a hard hit.
Ooh.
And I think after that, something happened. So, but
You might need a new
I'll
mic.
probably just order a new mic. Yeah, I'll order it right after stream because, unlike Tundra,
Yeah.
yeah,
You're just gonna buy a new one tomorrow? Okay.
yeah, yeah, I'll order a new one. I don't know if my mic messed up. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah. But yeah, I think I keep saying it, I think it went well, or it went good enough.
Yeah.
Next one will be better.
Hopefully. No, hopefully it will be better.
Yeah, it will be. All the factors, the stuff that happened earlier with you as well.
Yeah.
Just everything will be better next weekend, and it'll be, listen, 3-day weekend next weekend for most Americans, Labor Day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, we're getting taught. It is almost September. We are getting very close to
I
TwitchCon.
have almost everything ready. I'm waiting
I-
to. I order
I
a
have shit.
travel suitcase thing.
Yeah,
But as soon as
good.
that arrives, I have everything ready.
Hell yeah. 4 weeks.
I look forward to that. I'm very excited.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, how do you want to end it? Because I feel like we've been like skirting around for a bit, and you're the one with control.
And good question.
Just just hey, have a good day. And if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
God fucking.
I think
damn.
I don't think that's been done yet, right?
Yeah,
we
no,
can use that.
totally, completely new. Yeah,
Yeah.
just end stream. No goodbye. No raid. Nothing. Also, hi Artie.
You're not gonna. Hi, Ari.
No, but honestly,
Hmm.
I really enjoy just this sort of talking and discussion. So I might actually make a Tinder channel on Discord similar to suggestions, but have it strictly focused or related to like this to get like feedback
Oh, just or
or ideas or
podcast feedback
suggestions,
or
you know?
ideas or
Yeah. Or if they want to hear us talk about specific things.
yeah. I guess you could. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how much you want to do. Either do like feedback or suggestions, unless you want to do both. I don't know. If there is stuff they want us to talk about, they want our
Yeah.
opinions on. What are your opinions on the
I
political climate
I
in
definitely don't
Nicaragua? Huh?
I definitely don't think we need really a specific like exit line. No.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Bye.
just
Just say bye.
yeah, bye. Thanks for today.
Goodbye. Are you gonna raid or are you just gonna
Th-
cold turkey and?
Oh, no, we'll grade someone.
All right. Yeah.
Can we speak about what you did to bullshit to have that thumbnail? No, you was
Oh,
I think you were getting your gamer subs. Yeah, the thumbnail I used. I
thumbnail?
took a picture when you were crumpled like on the floor.
Let me announcements. You son of a bitch. I was
Yeah, that
refilling
was
my
when you
gamer
were.
subs.
That's what it was.
How could you? Anyway, yeah. Next week, next Saturday,
Yep,
episode
we
2.
can set that in stone.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm good. Earlier.
Yeah.
And yeah. Look forward to it.
Ever later down the line become catchy and popular.
Uh, you could play the ending song that, YouTuber outro music. Dun, 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 dun. And then you do the salute right at the moment.
That'd be kind of funny. He's like very
The-
self-aware.
Yeah. I won't be able to hear it, but
Yeah. Blah, nah.
no, yeah. All right.
We'll figure something out if we do. We just let it happen naturally, I guess. But yeah, hopefully,
Bro, just yard.
I hope everyone had fun at least and enjoyed it. I enjoyed it
Yeah.
despite.
Yeah, despite the little
scuffed.
hiccups and stuff. Listen,
Yeah,
it's us, it's this community. Scuff is natural.
it's on brand.
Yeah. Not breaking character.
Yeah, not this time.
Yeah. All right, you wanna yeah, a person somebody we're gonna
Yeah, we'll find someone to raid. This is a very if kind of stream. It feels weird.
yeah.
It's fun to try something new, but it's
Yeah,
weird.
exactly. It's new, it's different.
Bring Ben back.
Oh, that's him. The one who's putting the stuff on stream.
Shout out to God damn, I just closed my
Dumbass.
table.
It's the benga egg.
Yeah, TJ, can you do the thing? Ben has been very helpful. He also animated the logo thing and been helping out a lot. So big shout out to Bam.
Jesus. I forgot that TJ like spams the whole ass chat.
Yeah,
Mods, can
that's
we
his thing.
get him?
And love podcasts, so it's been fun and comfy.
Yeah, look.
I want it to be comfy though. I want it to be interesting.
I mean, listen. Here's the thing: is that what we're doing now? Somebody can like compile the episodes that we do, and they can listen to them on the flight to TwitchCon. We can
That
be
is true.
somebody's like sleep aid. You know?
I've never actually thought of that. Wow.
Yeah, we become that content.
And yes, TJ.
Oh God, he's neon fucking bright now. Can you turn the lights down?
Oh Christ.
Oh, I can hear my phone vibrating over there from Dank Chat. It's going fucking crazy. Thanks. There's no camera. Options. There we go.
Normally, I would want my brain to function alongside, but I don't know. I don't know what happened today.
Listen, like I said, it's the first episode. A lot of prior things happening. It's just gonna get better. Remember the first one we did, the impromptu one? That was fun. That was great.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. Next week it'll be that good, if not better. Ooh, that's cinematic.
That is actually very cinematic. What the fuck?
Yeah. Somebody. I always feel bad when I'm like, somebody should like draw that, but it's just because like, I some of the stream. There's a plane up there, by the way. It's flown over like 5-6 times. Like the
Yeah.
communities that are like bigger that I watch, it's like little things like that become like backgrounds or like little cute drawings. And I'm like, that'd be cool. I want to get to that level. where like stuff like that happens often because it's just
Yeah.
cool.
No, I really agree that things like that are super cool, and I think that's what, like, memes are very powerful. I've
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna write this down because Jesus Christ, this is a good fucking topic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. There we go. There we go. Okay, I wrote it down. Basically, I'll summarize it as, because I will bring this up again next time. Memes are powerful, and I really mean powerful as in a community, a streamer can be enjoyable to watch without being entertaining himself. Baldman, perfect example. Because of
Yeah.
memes, because of the community. A community can make a channel thrive. Like, without...
Beach mouse.
Yeah. And I tried to... I literally tried to study memes for a little bit and see, like, how it works and if there's, like, things like that, the science behind it. But it's, like, it's so psychological and, like, philosophical almost. But, like, if you
Mhm.
think about all the, like, the Doki Bird expression meme when she was third wheeling
Mhm.
is a perfect example.
It's just a face. Happened in the moment.
Yeah.
Nobody could have predicted it.
No, I think from and this is also a big reason why I've been so like happy and advocating for like pushing community made memes and stuff, especially like in this community, stuff like that. Why I love when a community comes together and makes memes, because they can be so powerful. And in my opinion, I think making memes a content creator is like one of the most... It's one of the best ways you can support a creator without throwing money. Like, it is legitimately, in my opinion, one of the most powerful things you can do. Because no matter how stupid you might think a meme is, the right meme can make a content creator blow up. One single meme. All it takes is one. You can make 1,000 or 999 memes that all fail, that nobody really acknowledges. But then you make the one meme that blows up.
The amount of times I've seen on Twitter of like like just somebody doing like a shit post and then seeing like another day or two later and you look at them like, damn, this blew up. I don't
Yeah.
Something stupid like the fucking have you seen the fucking like I guess we do in circles now? Like the two conveyor belts? You've had to have seen that.
It sounds familiar. I've probably seen it.
It's just a dumb little thing of like a guy standing at a like a machine with a conveyor belt spitting out triangles. And the top panel, the guy's like, a circle.
Take
How
care, man.
queer. Goodbye.
Thank you for today.
Thanks for the help. How odd. I must inquire with the representatives, with the boss about this. And then the second panel is like a different guy at the same position. He's just like, guess we doing circles now. He just doesn't give a shit.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, and it's just like that meme fucking exploded and there's like a million different edits. It's great. But that one person was just like a person and then that blew up and now they got like a
that
shit
is
ton
the
of
one
followers.
thing that I learned. We're
Huh.
treading into topics on next episode, but that is like the only thing that I could actually decipher when I was actually like studying the whole thing with memes and stuff. All the memes that blow up, they are extremely relatable, and I'm not talking relatable as in, oh, I did that. It's something that can very easily be translated and converted into your own like context. Like you can use it to express yourself in that kind of way. That form of relatability.
Yeah.
All of them, all the big ones are. That is like the number one most consistent thing.
Is that Hatsune Miku?
Relatable and
Sorry.
malleable. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, just if that, yeah, I mean, being able to transform it and make it your own and make it anything, just the editability, yeah,
Yeah.
it's very important. Again, I've been trying to end for like 26 minutes, and you just
That's
keep
how it is
yapping.
when I try to end stream as well.
Yeah, I've
It's
noticed.
how it
Do I
goes.
need to? Am I the one that has to fucking put their foot down in this and be like, "Hey, I know you're having fun, but it's time to turn on the off ramp and stop at the pit stop until next time. We got to go to a shitty motel for the night."
Yeah. Let's see who we can raid.
Yeah.
Him. That is not how you spell VR chat.
The VR. Are we gonna look at the VR chat category? How many of these are gonna be
Yeah.
hidden thumbnails? Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're up there.
It's usually just a way for me to quickly get to Twitch website.
Let's see. Do I know any of these people?
Knock to ask to call. Oh my fucking god. I hate it. Here, let me just knock on Irama's stream real quick, see if she wanna collaborate.
Oh, she'll definitely say yes. Why
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
she?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, maybe Project Melody would like to collab actually.
I'm. Hey, what do you mean by collab? You know, it's just,
Okay, buddy.
I don't fully get the meme, but I'm saying it. That's what I always do. Are there any of these people? Do I
G
recognize any of these
Shoujo
people?
top? No.
Or do you want to? Or let's.
I
Yo,
have no
do you think
clue.
Queso wants to collab?
Jesus Christ.
Do I know any of these people?
I usually don't stream this late, or well, it does happen. I guess it's only 5 a.m. But usually I don't like. I usually end earlier.
Yeah.
I don't think Affiliate is live.
No, or at least not on Twitch.
The Wilmer is live. What?
Boomer streams?
What?
All marshmallows matter, both big
I didn't
and
know that.
small.
I'm curious.
What?
He is live. You are correct.
Oh,
Wow.
do we go there?
Yeah, no, that's a perfect target then. Let's do that.
All right. Yeah.
Thanks for letting me know. I actually didn't know that. That's cool as fuck. There we go. Could you imagine the degeneracy of a Talos and Melody collab? I don't think it would be that bad.
haven't seen Melody and stuff in a long time. I'll be honest. Does she still do
She only
porn?
just started streaming. I think she still does Chatterweight, yeah.
Alright. But yeah, I guess we'll send them
Go.
there.
Yeah.
She does. Man, y'all are too
Lumina, thank you
confident
for
in
the gifted
chat.
sub also.
Those people know. Like, yeah, she does. Yeah, I was watching her last night actually. She still does it.
Okay. Here we go. Get the raid started. Bam. We're just gonna do that.
No. Oh, no ending song for the podcast. No,
Nope. We'll
Bear in the Big Blue House.
do
It's a
it
rarity.
different. Bam. Be sure to join the Discord. Check out Boshi as well.
Yeah.
There
Have good night.
you go. Have a good night, everyone. And I hope you all enjoyed. Little deck tomorrow. More stuff.
And then next Saturday for episode 2.
Yeah.
I assume you're gonna do Baldur's Gate sometime this week, maybe.
Yeah, most likely.
Alright. Baldur's Gate VR chat.
I have not abandoned you. Shut up. Stop lying.
We are.
Actually gonna make me cry.
Don't
Oh,
cry.
yeah.
Oh God. Oh, bye. The time is really gone. There's not much left in the raid.
It goes
Bye-bye.
fast. Bye bye, everyone.
See ya.
Remember to
Bye-bye.
stretch and hydrate.